City Comic Con is proud to present the Kids Con Workshop, brought to you by Kids Con New England. Your workshop host is Emily Druin, KidsCon New England founder and art educator. The schedule runs all day and includes coloring, crafts, drawing Disney monsters and robots, Sonic the Hedgehog, coloring contests, Pokemon arts and crafts, superhero creation, and more. KidsCon is included with admission, and kids 12 and under are free with a paid adult, and tickets are only $10. Join us Saturday, August 23rd from 10 to 5 at the Leominster Doubletree Hotel, and visit PlasticCityComicCon.com for more information. See you there!
Printed and digital.
Comics Wellspring.
And yeah, this is printed with Comics Wellspring. Came out beautiful.
High quality stuff. People think it's fantastic. All the books that you see at my table are through Comics Wellspring.
Hi, I'm Dan Larson, and this is the history of Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog and that other Sonic the Hedgehog cartoon. About Kenner's superpower is the history of Toys R Us. Star Trek Deep Space Nine, Tokusatsu in America, of Goosebumps. Voltron, Defender of the Universe. History of Saturday morning cartoons. G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero. History Rich Pale Kids. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. History, The Real Ghostbusters. History of Robotech. Part 1 of Dungeons & Dragons animated series, Thundercats of Gargoyles.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Indie Comics Relay. I'm your host, Keith Gleason, creator of the Mighty Mascots and promoter for the Plastic City Comic Con. With me, is always, Johnny C., creator of Sartana the comic, Surrounded by Death and the Pond. For who, Johnny?
My good cousin, Roger Morocco.
Absolutely. And our third co-host, Harry G., graphic artist extraordinaire.
Hey.
What is up,
I think I never thought of a different title, but
no,
I'll work on it.
I'm probably going to screw it up for like the first 10 times we do the show.
I mean, you could technically just go by extraordinaire.
Yeah, I could just see our third. How would I say it, Johnny? It's like our third co-host extraordinaire, Harry G, or something like that.
Or you could just say our third co-host, the extraordinary Harry G.
Oh, there you go. That might be better. Actually, do you like that one?
Because it's all
you got like that. You got like that Stan Lee adjective there, you know?
Yeah.
Actually, I do have an Excelsior T-shirt I could wear.
Do you? Okay, that's kind of
somewhere.
The extraordinary, extraordinary Harry G. Yeah.
How about the extraordinary? I don't know. We'll figure it out.
You'll work on it. So what's going on, fellas?
Yeah. Not too
I
much.
should say tonight, Johnny might be dipping out early just to let everybody know. Yep. He's actually heading out the door tomorrow morning for San Diego Comic-Con, right, Johnny?
Yeah, so I'm going out to California a little early, about a week in advance of San Diego, just so I can hang out in California a little bit and see friends, unwind a little bit from the hectic, stressful life. And this month, I think we're in some type of chaos phase because everything that's going wrong is. You know what I mean?
I know, like it just seems like everything converges on like within 2 weeks of like July. Like all of a sudden, I feel like life is busier than ever for some reason, and I don't know why.
Or like anything that could go wrong normally will during this time for whatever reason. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you really got to be on your toes.
Hopefully nothing.
Very good way of putting it, Roland.
Yeah.
But even just like the smallest thing to happen was getting like a sliver that big, putting my shirt away. I hung my shirt on the fucking rack in the closet, and sure enough, I just skimmed the fucking bar, which is a wooden bar, just right, and got a fucking large ass sliver. And that's the base of my problems right now. The other thing we had to deal with was a car fire.
What? Wait, whoa! Oh yeah. You were telling. Hang on.
I told you about that. That's the actual.
That was your father's car,
That's
right?
My old man's car.
Oh my God.
Never let your seniors joyride unattended. There's footage.
Oh my God, dude! What the hell? Like bad luck extraordinaire.
Oh, dude, it's ridiculous. I just knock on wood.
I thought I had that.
California.
I thought that was my shtick.
Hey, Roland had a great title for you, Harry. King of the Tangents.
Oh, what's that?
I like that one.
King of Tangents. I like that.
Cool.
King of the and our third co-host, King of Tangents, Harry G. That might work. I don't know. That might be a good one.
It's not bad.
Do you like that one or no?
Fits. Well, it fits.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
It does fit. That's not too bad. The audience can vote on it. Let me know if they like that one.
Is a tangential a word or
tangential?
Is tangential? Is it a word? The
tangential.
Tangential.
King of the Tangents. No, I like King of the Tangents
sounds
better.
Funny.
I don't know. We'll see.
Okay.
Maybe we could try it next week and see how it goes. And if I remember, I'll try to remember.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Got a lot of great people in the chat tonight. All our usuals, Ara with us.
Hey, Ara, good to see you,
Dr.
man.
Mask, what's going on, man? Mary Pupo, how you doing?
One of our guests tonight.
I think is how you say it, maybe. Roland, of course. Ryan, Jess.
Ryan Santos. Jess.
We got a lot of people. And
Jess,
of course, my wife as well.
That caught on fire.
What's that?
Jess actually rode in the car that caught on fire.
Oh my God, really?
Oh my God.
Everyone's
okay, I hope.
But in the past.
She said to take her with you, Johnny.
Yeah, you're more than welcome to. Book a flight. I'll pick you up at the airport in San Diego.
Actually, Ara said he loves the King of Tangents. King of Meanderings just rolls off the tongue.
King of Meanderings.
Ryan said,
"All hail the king."
Good to see you, Ryan. Thanks for coming in. The Meander King. Yeah, I like that too.
I like that.
That's great.
The Meander King, Harry G.
Exactly. So we have our first guest coming up in a few minutes, but the 9:15 point. Before we get there, me and Johnny saw the new Superman movie. We probably should talk about that a little bit. Also, actually, I just saw a bit of news come up before I went live on the show, which actually let's talk about that because I mean, Superman. Everyone's talking about Superman, but
Yeah,
this is like news that just broke that I thought was interesting.
What is it?
I'm going to show you guys.
Breaking news.
Breaking news.
Global
breaking
Comics.
news. Oh, I saw this earlier.
Did you see this,
yeah.
Johnny? The Global Comics and Comics Wellspring are teaming up.
Yep.
So it sounds like it's becoming sort of like an Amazon print on demand kind of thing.
One of our two of our fucking favorite
companies,
companies, basically comic companies, who are both friends of the show, are fucking coming together.
Yeah, how great
is
is
like
that?
when you have two best friends and you watch them get married.
Yeah, or peanut butter and chocolate. What was that old commercial?
This is a peanut butter and chocolate moment. This is fucking peanut butter and jelly, peanut butter and chocolate. This is all the fucking great pairings you could possibly want in indie comics, wrapped up with a nice typo right here.
Yeah, like I think it's gonna be like it sounds like you're gonna be able to write from Global Comics, like your landing page, wherever you have your digital comics. People can go on there and order a copy of your book.
Awesome.
And Comics Wellspring, I think, will print it and ship it. That side of it was a little vague, which I didn't know, but it sounded like it was going to be something like along those lines, where you didn't have to keep inventory there. Kind of like, isn't that what Amazon's print on demand thing is?
You know what this means is we have to have our friends, both of our friends, on the show at the same time to talk about this.
Oh my God. Yeah, we should try that, huh? We should try to get Brandon and maybe somebody over at Global Comics and Chris to come on.
That
would be great. I'd love to hear
Eric, how both.
Yeah, like what this means for the indie creator. Like it sounds like it's a great thing.
Yeah.
And I just want to see like how it all kind of comes together, which is,
for sure. And what a better month to announce something like this than the month of San Diego Comic-Con.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably maybe they're gonna break it wider at San Diego. Maybe that's why they dropped it today.
Maybe I'll have to look for our friends out there, see if anybody's out there, and if I see them.
I bet one of these entities will definitely be there, right? It's got to be, right? You never know.
Johnny can be our live correspondent from
live on the scene.
Yeah,
you can break it. Yeah, exactly. And you go live to Johnny on the spot.
We've actually done that
awesome.
before.
That would be
We've
awesome.
done it. I've been live from Ocean Beach.
Right, that's right.
Yeah, we have done live from California before.
Yeah, let's do it again.
Imagine it's harder at the show when you're trying to sell, though.
Yeah, when you're actually at the show, it's tough. I personally, unless somebody is taking over my booth for the day or something, I don't like leaving my table because I want to maximize my sales. And especially now in this year where money's very tight, I absolutely want to be able to go into San Diego and do my best.
Yeah, exactly. And you want to be present. You don't want to miss any sales opportunities that come your way. Yep. I'm that way too. Like I just want to be, especially now too, like where it's part of my income now, like where it's like I'm only working part-time and like I rely on cons to kind of fill a little bit of that money. So you won't see me be leaving my table too much in the future,
Right. Yeah. Really it's tough. You want to be able to try to hustle a little bit and make that cash.
I know.
And tables aren't cheap.
Exactly. If we could only clone Johnny. I would love to do this feature for the show. That would be fantastic.
Hall H is like a fucking zoo. And they're really, I don't know if there's anything happening in Hall H this year, which is usually, so speaking of doing well in sales in San Diego, any year Marvel doesn't do Hall H, my sales are better. So I'm actually looking forward overall to having a good year.
Yeah, right.
Because Marvel's skipping the fucking Hall H. So
yeah,
we'll see how it goes.
Dude. Yeah, I wish you the luck. I think you'll do great. You're just a natural. You're so natural with people that like it just helps. It just translates into
sales. Depends on how caffeinated I am.
Yeah,
a natural Johnny C.
Ronnie,
A, B, or C. Hall A, B, or C. I'm actually so. If you look for me on the floor, I am in Hall C.
Okay.
As soon as you walk in.
Nice. Johnny C and Hall C. I like
there you
that.
Go.
There's going to be some kind of marketing thing you can do with that.
There's got to be, right?
Awesome. All right. Well, so moving on with the show, we'll have some little breaks in between guests where we'll talk and stuff. And you said you might dip out by the 10 o'clock.
10-ish. Yeah. We'll say hi to Tim Jones and then I'll peace.
Okay. All right, cool. So just everyone is aware, Johnny has to go early because he has to get on a plane wicked early tomorrow. I think really early, right?
So I'm leaving my house at 4 a.m.
Yeah, so that's crazy. You got to be packed tonight. So.
And I'm not.
Or
packed.
Johnny can
I
stay
got
on.
laundry to do.
You can,
I got a shower.
You can pack. You can pack. You can stay on and pack. You know, in the background. Kind of cool
Yeah, in the background.
Yeah,
you just hear me screaming. You see fucking boxers flying across the screen.
That'd be great. Perfect.
Maybe the chat can give you pointers on how to pack your.
Oh, well, I mean, I've been doing that for over 10 years, so I kind of have it down to a science. Now, the key is to take your T-shirts, fold them in, roll them up. Then they're the size of a soda can.
Nice.
It's like
and we got someone saying
packing,
Death Wish Coffee is your friend, Johnny.
So, not to get too ahead of myself, but I'm a big fan of Deadly Grounds coffee.
Oh.
Look them up online, and maybe I'll be doing something with them very soon.
Very cool. A little tease there for future.
Little tease.
Awesome. All right. So without further ado, this is a new guest to the show tonight. His name is Mark Romero. And I don't know much about him as a creator, so let's learn about him.
Yeah, let's find out.
Without further ado, let's bring him into the show here, Mr. Mark Romero. What's going on, Mark?
Hey, Mark.
Hey, guys. I'm doing good. How are you?
Good, man.
Good,
Thanks
good.
for joining us. Thanks for coming on the
for coming
show.
on.
We always like talking to new creators, and that's what our show is all about in the long run here. And one of the things that we always love to ask a first-time creator is we love origin stories. We love to know the point in your life where you either read a comic, saw a great superhero movie, or saw a cartoon, and it flipped a switch in you and made you want to make comics. Is there something in your life that you might be able to point to that moment clicked with you?
Something that turned the light on in here.
Yeah, exactly.
So I don't know if there's a specific moment for comics, but I can tell you like the specific moment for me in terms of like doing any storytelling at all. I used to go to like a karate dojo when I was a kid, and we had these like yearly summer camps. And I think I was maybe like 10, 12 at the time, maybe. And there were a couple of older kids that like just found like the Dungeons and Dragons Player's Handbook. And they brought it into the karate school, and we're reading through the books, and like I got my hand on it. I took it home. I read it for a couple of days. I started getting really excited about like creating worlds and stuff, but I didn't know what I was doing with the books. Like I had never played D&D or anything before, and like it was just a dense book, and no one in my family had like any like tabletop RPG experience or anything like that. So it was all very new. But the funny thing was that like the older kids had like brought the books in and stuff, and then like the guy who ran the dojo, the sensei, noticed the books, and he was like, "Oh, you guys want to play?" And he like ran like our first D&D session ever during the camp. Very unexpected.
Awesome.
But, like,
yeah, that's great.
Yeah, and he had like it was him, and there had to be at least like 10 of us playing, and it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed the storytelling aspects. So I think that's the thing that really pulled me into storytelling to begin with.
Oh, that's I think that's the first time we've ever had that answer, which is kind of cool. Like, it's always like a comic or a movie or something, but it was never RPG. Yeah, which is really cool.
Yeah, it's just my friends and I have been playing RPGs for a long time, and we played an RPG in college together for a long time. That it was like the game was called Champions, and we did like superheroes, and we did it in like the Marvel universe. And once the game kind of finished and wrapped up, we were like, why don't we take the characters and like do something else with them? And after some time, we ended up like we did the whole comic thing because we like comic books. So why not make it into a comic book? So a couple years back, we produced our first comic incident report, which is like a superhero slice of life story. And then we've been trying to build the company up ever since, and just having a lot of fun making stuff, meeting new people. We started doing cons maybe about 2 years ago, which was we also tried to get into the con game around like 2020 when like COVID hit, and like we signed up for our
tough time.
Yeah, we signed up for our first Florida SuperCon, which I honestly, it worked out really great for us because we basically picked like the second biggest convention in Florida with like a ton of people to be our very first convention.
Okay.
And it would have been an absolute mess if we got there first. So I'm glad that the show had gotten canceled so that we could do a bunch of smaller shows
and figure it out. Yeah, that's the problem. Like whenever you have your first comic and you want to do conventions, but you don't quite know what you're doing yet, it takes a while to kind of get your feet wet. Like I did a series of videos on this channel about that, like about, doing conventions. And the one thing I always say is like anyone that's starting out, like just find those one dayers. Like you got to get your feet wet in a smaller arena before you shoot for the stars, so that always helps. Like it kind of helps you set those expectations too,
But you know what, though? I like that you guys were ambitious enough to jump right to the big show. And you know what? Though? But here's the thing, right? I was very lucky that when I first collaborated on Sartana with Joe Arnold, that we got linked up with a publisher. And I was actually able to exhibit at their booth at New York on my very first book. So I got to kind of jump ahead a little bit and I got a flavor for it. And I got to understand a little bit of like the behind the scenes of it when I'm still starting to learn how to make comics. You know what I mean? So though I'd say that's great that you guys bit that off right off the bat. Maybe, like you said, you lucked out with COVID. That way you can kind of take a step back and regroup. But don't be afraid. If you think you can take a bite out of that big apple, fucking do it. Go for it.
And if you got the money too, like that's
the other
money
for it
thing.
too.
Like,
that's the big thing right there.
Most I was saying, like if you're still living at home and you don't have much overhead, like you just pay a little bit of rent, go do every con you can because you have the money to do it and you have the money to lose it. It's like to me, it's like
and if you're doing your taxes, you're getting a little bit of that back anyway.
Yeah,
right?
that
so you got to fucking do your taxes and do all that.
But when you have
gotta
responsibility,
pay your taxes, everybody.
Yeah. When ever since because I started doing conventions when I was still living at home, and I would go everywhere, like San Diego, I go Chicago and everything. And then the second me and my wife bought a house, I was like, okay, can't go to many places now. We have to make sure we make money at these shows, So I've pulled back on travel, and if I do travel, I always know I'm probably not going to make that money back, so I kind of make it part of a vacation as well, things like that. So
I think the hardest thing when we started doing conventions is trying not to spend all of the money while we were there. I think that's like, we made $100 and I also spent $200. Great.
I'll tell you, like, the longer you do it, the longer you do shows, the less that'll happen. Because I was the same way too. And then
nothing like doing terrible at a table to make you not spend money. Though.
Yeah, well, that too, right? And then it's just you get used to being there so much that the excitement of buying things gets a little duller, I guess.
A little worn off, yeah. You know what it is? You find you only spend money when you're like, oh, I got to meet that celebrity.
Yeah.
Or I gotta like get that autograph. You know what I mean? Like that's where the only time you find yourself leaving your booth, you're like, oh, I gotta go do this one thing.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
I will also say we are taking a bite out of the Big Apple because we missed SuperCon the first time we tried con, but we actually are doing Florida SuperCon this next weekend. So I'm excited to do it for the first time.
Awesome. Do you have your booth number?
I have like a weird string of numbers and letters that they gave me. I don't know if that's our booth number.
Well, make sure.
What's the name of your company? Or
what's the name of the company? How's it listed?
Yeah, the name of the company is Attic Door Media. I think they don't. I don't think they have published their full like list. They sent me like a they sent me a map earlier today, but they were like, "Don't share this with anybody yet. Just wait a couple days." I think they're still like coloring it in and they want to release like the nice map. Yeah.
What part of the country are you in, Mark?
I am in Florida.
Florida. Okay, so that makes sense. Definitely. You don't have to.
What part of Florida? Are you in Orlando?
Oh,
no, I'm close to Orlando. I am in Ocala, Florida. Which I don't know if you guys know Matt Knowles. He does In Symmetry Creations. He's my neighbor basically.
Oh, is he? Oh, awesome. The girl that works with him too.
Steph, I think is actually in California.
Oh, so when I did what was it? Spooky Empire,
Oh yeah.
I was on a lot of panels with them. Real sweet people. I love them.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Yeah, and my good friend Jeff Ryder's in your neck of the woods as well.
Oh really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're like an hour and a half from Orlando, so Orlando's kind of the place where we go to like most of our cons, and then this year we're gonna try to go down to Miami and see. We're actually from Miami, so like it's kind of coming home for us.
Oh,
I'm
nice.
excited about it.
Cool.
Nice.
So you guys have only been making comics for what, 4 years? Maybe, is that accurate?
So I think we have been doing it for a little bit longer. We did it for 6 years. We started in 2019 writing the book.
2019.
I think that the first issue that we ever produced came out in like sometime in like early 2020. We had the book. We were getting ready for the cons. Cons didn't happen. Then we kind of like didn't know what we were going to do for a while because the cons were the plan. So we kind of like, went in circles for a little bit. We produced a little bit slowly. And then I think this past year, we've been just hitting more cons. I think this year we've done already maybe like 4 or 5 cons. We're doing a lot of promotion, and we're also trying different things because we had the kind of issue where like we were going to the cons, but we wanted to make sure like it was sustainable. So it's sometimes I think hard if you only have like 1 or 2 issues on the table. So
it is.
We're a group of like 4 people that are on Attic Door Media. So we started doing more anthologies. So we started applying to more anthologies. So now we have anthologies on the table, which will help.
That's great.
Table.
Johnny's the same way. Johnny has a handful of anthologies that he is a part of. That's part of your table setup too, isn't it, Johnny?
Yeah. So this year I'm doing something a little different. I'm keeping it very light, and I'm really focusing on Surrounded by Death. But usually I would have a lot of anthologies, only because at the time I was selling a lot of floppies. So, having the hardcovers, having the, thick books, I'm in We Suck at Comics. I'm in Cthulhu is Hard to Spell. I'm in Jack Holder's anthology. So having these books, it's always helpful. You never know who somebody's going to walk by and, they see it. They go, oh, that's my kind of flavor. They pick it up,
Yeah, and that's actually been really cool because we've been in like, my wife Cece was in Oxymoron. So we have
that's up in our neck of the woods.
Yeah.
Comics Tribe, they're up in our neck of the woods up in Massachusetts.
Yeah,
Tyler, isn't it, Johnny? Tyler
James,
that runs that company.
Tyler James.
Yeah. I was next to them in Boston. They're great guys.
He's a real nice guy, and you know what? The thing about Tyler is that he's an advocate for comics, right? He there you go.
Yeah, Tyler's awesome. And he's been really helpful in terms of like teaching us the ropes because we've done the mastermind thing with him, and it's always really great.
Book like this is what you want on your table. Hardcover, nice, not too thick, so it's not heavy. They don't lug it around, right? And you could get $25-$30 for something like this. This is
exactly.
A nice deal right here.
It helps when you just have a couple floppies to have something like collected on your
floppies
table
are good because there is an audience for that as well, but you want to have the premium looking stuff on your table. People love that stuff.
Yeah, and Roland said having an eye-catching display helps too, like Keith with his cereal boxes. Yeah, definitely, man. That's all important, the way you lay everything out with a nice presentation, all that stuff,
Yeah, well, one of the things that we started doing recently was we started doing enamel pins.
Oh yeah, those are good. Yep.
Yeah, and we found that it's kind of neat because like a lot of the time when we're at the table, like we're trying to like pull people in, but like people are looking at the tables and a lot of people like pins. So like they'll go up to the table and they'll look through the pins, and while they're there, we can pitch them. And we've made sales just by people coming up to look at the pins, and that's been pretty helpful. They also sell for a decent price, so it helps us make table a little bit easier.
Yep.
Yeah.
Another thing Johnny does that I got turned on to is you bag and board all your books.
Oh yeah.
Leave one out so that they can look through. It's nice to just give them that extra little. Cost you what, 25 cents for a bag and a board?
Yeah,
and,
it's
like
you're not spending too much money. They get the you're protecting the book, right? Because that's ideally what they're doing when they're buying an indie book
And you could slip something in the back too, like a business
Sticker,
card or
whatever. Yeah.
sticker,
Oh, if
bookmark.
somebody's buying an indie book, I mean, if they like the story, if it looks cool, great, they're buying that, but they're also potentially buying an investment. Because if your book takes off, if your book is hot, then that's going to buy them a car later on, or at least a down payment. So to that point, you want to make sure that you're protecting the asset for the person buying it from you.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, and the other thing with floppies,
Hopefully it
Protect
buys
your
you a car
assets,
too.
Harry.
yeah,
Hopefully it buys you a car too.
And hopefully that car doesn't catch fire too.
Yes.
yeah, right.
Exactly. Right.
And I was going to say the thing with floppies too, the more you have, the more confident in your customers will be.
Yeah.
If they see one, they're like, is this guy ever going to finish this book? Because let's be honest, there is a lot of indie creators that make one book and that's it. You never see another one. You know what I mean? So that does help. The more you do, the better it looks to the customer, and the con goer.
Honestly,
All just little things that I've built up over the years that I've been doing this, just that I've noticed too at shows, things like that. But yeah, back to you, Mark, though. I want to know, so you guys, I love that you built a superhero book off of RPG characters. That's great.
That's so cool.
How many issues of that one did you guys do, the incident report? I saw that you recently had a Kickstarter for one.
Yeah, so we did 3 issues of it. And I'm still working on issue 4.
Okay.
And then the recent Kickstarter that we did for it, we actually this is like our con thing. So like we ran out of like variant covers and everything.
That's
we
awesome.
found that they help us through the booth. So we did a small Kickstarter just to do new variant covers. And like since most of our cons are in Florida, we had this like vision of like we use a random kind of like side character to sell our book, which sounds a little bit silly, but he's kind of like a fun character to latch on to. He's like robbing a bank in flip-flops, and like he's kind of like got real Florida man energy. You're like, yeah, we're gonna lean into that because whenever we talk Florida man, everybody at the conventions are like, yeah. So we actually like commissioned a cover that like was him like riding an alligator and just shooting laser beams into the sky with like a flag behind him.
That's become a huge thing. Like up here, I honestly heard about Florida Man probably for the first time 2-3 years ago, and now there's like a show about it. There's like a thing on HBO Max, like a documentary. There's a couple comics, and then there's variants like I've seen of like what you guys did, where it's just like a Florida Man, variant. Johnny, what were you gonna say?
I was going to say the first time I heard the term Florida Man was in that episode of Atlanta.
Oh, so I've never watched that show.
Oh, Keith, you're missing out, dude. That's one of the best shows ever. But yeah, they reference this great episode with Cat Williams, and they talk about Florida Man. And they, Florida Man this, Florida Man that. Like every headline is Florida Man that does something absolutely ridiculous. And I think even all the ridiculous headlines that they like name drop in that episode are real, which makes it even better.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of weird things come from Florida. A lot of weird headlines come from Florida, I think.
That's true,
Right?
and that's where the
Isn't that
term came from, because like was it like every newspaper article started with Florida Man this, Florida Man that.
Yes.
But like this is a thing Dr. Mass mentions that I have witnessed this because I do have a couple homage covers, and I've gotten orders on my website just for the cover with the homage.
Oh, that's cool.
So that's something to think about too.
When I did the campaign for Surrounded by Death, I sold as much of the variant, Jesse Lundberg's variant cover that was a spoof on Mallrats, as I did the actual regular cover.
Yeah, see, it's
People
a thing,
love these variants, especially when they were an homage to something.
Yep.
As a matter of fact, I know it's the very next show we got Tony James coming up, right? He has an homage cover for his next book that he's got coming up, which is very cool. Actually, he sent it to me. I'm very excited about it.
Nice.
I almost want to spoil it, but I don't.
Yeah, I'll wait. We'll have him reveal it on the
show.
episode. That'd be great.
Hell yeah.
That's awesome.
So, Mark, what kind of variant homage cover are you guys doing?
Oh, I haven't picked my new. So we have a new comic coming up called Bound by Words. And I have right now 2 covers being worked on. One is being worked on by Vash. I don't know their last name, but they worked on Galaxy, the Prettiest Star, which is a DC comic. They were actually my original artist for Bound by Words, but we had some trouble connecting, and so they weren't able to do it. But they wanted to do a cover still, so they're doing a cover, and they're doing an homage actually to Howl's Moving Castle. So I'm really excited about that.
That's cool. I love that anime
style. Yeah,
that's great. Now, and I saw that that you guys you have a backer kit up for a new project, which I want to definitely touch on that before the time runs out here. But let me see if I can bring it up here. It's like it's a fantasy romance or something like that.
It's a fantasy romance. I'm a big fan of rom-coms. Whenever Netflix puts out their new Christmas rom-com, I don't care how bad or good it is. I will probably watch it.
You watch Hallmark. You watch the Hallmark channel, don't you?
Oh, as stupid as it has to be real dumb. It has to be pretty funny, and I'll watch it. Yeah.
Oh my god, my coworker at work was the same way.
So you got
why are you watching this stuff? Him and I would love action shows and things like that, but this one thing he loved, those fucking Hallmark movies. What?
That's why they exist, Johnny. There's a lot of people watching them.
Yeah,
look, I'm a sucker for a good
maybe I'm just missing out on something.
Yeah, some of them are really bad, but some of them are really good. Just like with everything else.
Yeah, it's that kind of reminds me. One, right?
I was going to say, I remember in 2012, after I was laid off from my previous job, I was home, and every afternoon I'd be watching the news when I did the dishes. And right after the news, we'd go right into soap operas. So for a while, I was actually actively watching by default because I couldn't change the channel. My hands were all fucking sudsy. I was watching Days of Our Lives. And then I'd see these storylines play out in Days of Our Lives weekly that were kind of familiar. And I'm like, what are they doing here? And then I realized they were just taking tropes from comics and just kind of fucking diluting them down to make it like real people fucking shit. And I'm like, oh my God. They had one character, something Demera, who was pretty much Apocalypse, for the lack of a better description. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Somebody's reading comics and turning them into fucking soap opera episodes. And that actually gave me a little bit of respect for unconventional media where you don't think of it being inspired by something like that, right?
Yeah, right.
So it's comics, wrestling, and soap operas.
Yeah. All hand in hand. They're all the same thing.
Weird.
It's a fucking trinity.
Yeah.
Wrestling is 100% a soap opera. I feel like.
There you go.
100%.
Sure.
Yeah.
And it goes. That's why comic fans are attracted to wrestling, because it's the same kind of stories, good versus evil, and then all the drama in between leading up to the next fight. That's all comics pretty much are if you boil them down to their essence.
That's what made the main event of All In's that dope. That much dope. God. So many storylines got to pay off in one fucking match. In one match. So awesome. Anyways,
absolutely. So yeah, Mark, tell us a little bit
connection.
About... What's that? What'd you say, Harry?
And the connection between wrestling, soap operas, and rom-coms. Meg Ryan is so weird. I think she's like an 80% of every. She's like an 80% of all rom-coms. I think she must have a record in that.
Soap opera for men, wrestling.
Yeah. Bingo.
Absolutely, man.
Right. True. Well, nowadays, these days, with all the
Dr. Mask was a General Hospital guy in high school.
So I'd be curious if General Hospital fucked with some comic shit on the DL, like the way I saw Days of Our Lives.
Is that with Stamos? Wasn't he in that?
Stamos.
John Stamos. Wow.
I think he was. Yeah, I think he was on that show for a while. But anyway,
real quick.
We digress.
When I was a kid, one quick story. When I was a kid, I think I chipped my tooth or something in class. I think I was falling asleep and I, smacked my head in the desk and I chipped my tooth. And my teacher was like, "Oh, Harry, what hospital do you belong to or whatever?" I'm like, "General Hospital," because I grew up near Lowell, and so the hospital there is Lowell General Hospital.
Lowell General
Hospital. Yeah, but they didn't put two and two together. Anyway, good. Digress. They couldn't figure it out.
Yeah. So anyway, Mark, tell us a little bit about what is this? Bound by Words.
Bound by Words. Okay. So you have to forgive me because we were a little disorganized and I didn't really prepare my pitch because
no worries.
We're
hey,
still
we can help you develop it right here.
Yeah, we could.
On the show.
Hey,
that would be
there's
great.
Meg Ryan
Right off
now.
the bat, the artwork's beautiful. Sorry, Harry, didn't mean to step on you. The artwork is
it's
gorgeous
okay.
here.
Yeah, so the
very cool.
artist actually Mary had found Mary Papa, who's in the chat actually, and so she's been getting commissions done by this artist for a long time, but like this artist had never done like comics before, at least as far as we knew, and I just she had opened up her commissions. She'd done a lot of cover work. And she's done cover work for like Critical
Vox
and stuff.
Machina, I've seen that before.
And yeah, we were just lucky that she was available and willing to do it, and we're really excited to have B. She's absolutely great because she's and this is one of the things that I really love about comic books, and one of the ways that I think comic books is really similar to tabletop role playing games is that like you don't tell the story by yourself. Like in a novel, you're telling a story by yourself, but like comics is really collaborative. So like I give B the script and B enhances it. She makes adjustments. She's like, hey, I think we could do this instead. And like it's much more of a collaborative process than like just putting words down on paper, because like the artist is a part of a piece, right? And you do it together as like a single unit. And that process is really fun. And B's been great to work with because she's like 120% in, like really high energy, and like the days when I'm like feeling, I don't know how I feel about this, she's always like, yeah, let's go. And that was really invigorating during the whole writing process and stuff.
Great artist.
That's all part of the page rate too, right? Is the quality of the collaboration and the creator themselves. It's like you're not just paying for the quality of the page, you're paying for like the work, the back and forth, all that stuff.
It absolutely should be a part of the page rate for sure.
Yeah.
Like it's worth its weight in gold. Like just being able to collaborate with someone that's like so like has so much feedback. Like I think when I first gave her the script, she was worried because like she had like a good amount of feedback, and she was trying to like be as light on the feedback as possible. And I was like, no, destroy me, please. Like let's do whatever we can to make this as good as we can. Like
that's good though, that you have that sensibility. Some people like my work is so precious. You know what I mean? You can at least take some criticism about it. That's awesome. One thing I noticed, I think it looks a lot like a Miyazaki, just especially this panel right here. Like if you told me this was in the upcoming next Ghibli movie, I would believe you. Like it's got that quality to it, especially the design and everything, and like the backgrounds too, like the elaborate Ghibli backgrounds. It
looks like an animation storyboard, like
it does,
fully rendered,
it has that
fully
quality.
rendered, yeah, or like an animation cell, right?
Yeah, and it's actually I like that picture of Oscar because Oscar is actually the first character that I made for the book when I wrote it, because the initial like story behind everything was like we have a griffin and he's a mail carrier, and that was the entire story, and that's kind of where I built from in order to create the rest of it. But Oscar was like character number.
So
that's cool.
What would you say is the premise of the book, and then maybe we can help give you guys some ideas for like a pitch, or like a 2-sentence pitch.
I want to say that sometimes that the premise has changed a little bit over the past couple months, because like I had wrote the initial script a few years ago, and I hadn't looked for an artist for a long time for it. I had originally wrote it like as a small like 10-page snippet, and I was waiting for like a relevant anthology to come along. And then I decided to like do a longer script and just turn it into a full issue. But like I feel like current events have changed the way that the story reads a little bit.
All right.
So like there is basically like a prince, and he's not really the focal point of the story. The story is about the romance, and Siora, who's the main female lead, that she's like a sorcerer, and she's protecting basically these like other sorcerers in her kingdom. And she's like a noble where she is, and so she basically breaks them out of prison and like becomes like this resistance fighter, and she is immediately put into prison And she's put into prison by a guy that is would rather send a message than do something like legitimate. So like he's not just trapping her in prison, he's trapping her in like a very elaborate prison that he's going to kind of make a show of putting her in. And the story is really about how she falls in love with a bookstore owner who lives in the main part of the city because they are sending letters back and forth to each other and just talking about various things, and like that's how they kind of learn to fall in love and things like that. And I feel like I can't say much more without like giving away the entirety of the book. But
so it's like
the main premise.
Rapunzel meets Prison Break.
Yeah, a little bit.
Is that
I like that? That's how you pitch it at shows, right?
Right, exactly.
Through a Studio Ghibli lens. How's that?
Yes.
You know, like
yes,
there you go.
yes.
I like that.
Yes.
You know,
that should pull him in, I think.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I mean, you got to play with it, right? Like you could start with that and see if people like, you know.
I would go. You know what I would do is, I don't know if you do this already, but I would really lead forward with that fucking artwork. That artwork is beautiful. I would absolutely have an iPad with a slideshow on the table. Just
great idea.
Yeah.
Great
because
idea.
that's you know, if I saw that Griffin as I was walking by, I would stop to find out more because it's just such a beautiful piece.
Yeah, he's
maybe
all
if
of
you
the
name
artwork.
Maybe if you rename it Peter Griffin, might pull in more more interest.
that image too could also be a nice 6x9 print that you can print up for like, you know, about $1 or less.
Oh yeah,
and you know, give that out as a part of, you know, you buy the comic, you get this little nice print, you know.
Heck yeah.
Stuff like that. But yeah, no, I like the idea. It's like a slice of life in like a fantasy world kind of thing. Like,
yeah, and the idea is to eventually like build it up to that kind of Prison Break level where they're really like
where it builds to a crescendo kind of thing.
And definitely toppling the prince and everything. Like, that's where it's headed. I would say.
She doesn't have. Does she have the whole map of the prison on her back tattooed, or?
No, nothing like that.
Okay. All right.
But maybe I haven't written issue 2 yet, so maybe I don't know.
Maybe you never know.
Right.
Might get in there. It sounds like a very cool concept. You've got something special here.
Yeah.
Thank you. It was a lot of fun creating, and like I said, it was a lot of fun working with Bee. She's really awesome and really brought a lot to the book. Like, and definitely made it a lot better than it was going to be without her.
That's awesome. So now are you guys working on this in tangent with your other superhero book? Like you got to do both kind of thing?
Yeah. So we're trying to really pick up the pace and just do a lot. I mentioned the pins earlier. So like our plan over the next like 6 months to a year is, one, we're going to try to get the pins into retail stores. We're kind of like building a lot of momentum there, and that'll help sustain the business so that we can spend more time doing writing. Because that's the other challenge of like doing comics, is that you're writing, you're promoting, you know, it's hard to find time for everything. And if it's only a part-time gig, then that's even worse. And, you know, we all have full-time jobs still, so this is only part-time. But we have
trying to find the balance.
It's hard. It's real difficult.
It is.
So we have Incident Report, which I'm writing. This one we're doing in tandem, which I'm also writing. And then we have a second comic that CC writes called Mythfall that we're running. And we're kind of simultaneously producing 2 issues of that. We're doing kind of like a Mythfall 1.5 that's kind of like an anthology set. And then Mythfall 2, her artist has been working on for the past couple months.
So this is another book that you guys do that's an anthology?
So Mythfall is a fantasy sci-fi.
Okay.
It is about a king who tells a lie to protect his people from their gods, and then it shoots 5,000 years into the future when a terrorist group has learned the truth, and their plan is to basically use the truth to tear down the society and all of the gods along with it.
I like that.
So
this is another. Now, are all 3 of these series, are you guys doing like ongoing, or is there like a finite ending to each? Or
so Bound by Words and Incident Report have a finite ending. Bound by Words will probably be somewhere between 2 and 3 issues. Incident Report's going to be 4 to 5, I think, depending on like how things go when I finalize the writing for it. Mythfall, I'm not sure. Mythfall could be a pretty long ongoing series.
Okay.
And then we started to like pull in other writers that we've worked with in the past. We're working with Mike Connell, who's done a couple of like horror things. We have a couple like short stories that we told in our incident report setting. So we're doing like a horror thing about a guy who eats everything, including
I'm a little offended by that actually, because it's Hungry Harry is the name of the book. So I don't know. I mean, I get it. I'm fat. I get it. I'm a little overweight. I get it.
There's that just reminded me of this really cool horror movie I saw a couple of years ago. It was about this woman who had an actual, like, it's a real disease where you can't help but swallow stuff. And she was swallowing tacks and fucking razor blades and just whatever she could swallow and get down, she would.
Wow.
But the whole thing was an allegory for an abusive relationship. I don't fucking remember how they connect the two, but it was a really enjoyable movie. I think it was called Swallow.
Okay.
But I'm very curious about that book, though, because that sounds like my kind of story.
Yeah, no, this sounds great. So do you guys put a schedule together are you releasing things in like tangent, or is it like every few months you do one of the books kind of thing?
We're trying to get better at like sticking to a schedule. And so I would say that we've already kind of failed this year in terms of like, we weren't supposed to release this book in September. It was supposed to be, we were supposed to release one of the Mythfalls in August. So our schedules are already a little bit jumbled, but like we're getting better and better and better. And I think like next year is going to be the year where like our schedule's on point. The Hungry Harry thing we're planning on doing in like February of next year. Mythfall 1.5 will come in a month or two. So we're just like building the car still,
That's the best thing about being self-published, though, is that you're your own boss. You don't have to hear somebody if your book comes in late.
Yeah, for sure.
Exactly. So as we start to wrap up here, Mark, is there any other? I posted the link to the backer kit in the chat. If anyone's watching this tomorrow, when it's just on the YouTube channel site, you can find the description you can find their backer kit link in the description of the video. Any other social media that you want to share with people where people can find you, that kind of thing?
Yeah, so all of our social media is at Addict Door Media. If you want to talk to me specifically, I'm at Addict Door Mark. Makes it easy. I'm really bad at social media. Mary does all of our social media, so I apologize if I'm slow to respond.
Actually, I think Mary was the one that reached out to us originally, so that's awesome.
Where does the company name come from? Addict Door.
You'll have to ask Mary because she's the one that came up with it, and I don't know.
I wonder if it has some kind of a meaning.
Yeah, I think we've leaned into it, and it was a little bit about like secrets and treasures that you find in the attic, like looking through things. We have the unpack your imagination like tagline that we put everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. I love that.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, Mark, thanks for joining us. I think this project looks cool. I think your other projects look great too, from what I could tell. I always take a look at all the guest websites and stuff whenever I book somebody. And I wish you guys the best of luck with the book and with your conventions. I think it's exciting starting out, and I hope you guys stick with it. I think it'll be awesome to see you at a show one day.
Yeah, you guys are in the right path for sure.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Thank you guys so much for having us.
No
Really
absolutely. Nice to meet you.
We'd love to have you back.
Come back, like down the road when you guys get something else and you want to come on and promote again. Yeah, we'd love to talk to you. So
yeah, sounds awesome. Thank you.
Awesome.
Good, right?
All right, Mark. Have a great night, and
take care, Mark.
Talk to you soon.
Yeah, you too.
All right, bye. That was good,
what a
man.
wonderful guest. That was a great interview.
Dude. What's that?
That was a great interview. Love that.
Somebody's asking, is there a way to get in contact to see about the show? At some point, I just launched the third issue of my comic, Canadian Shield, on Fund My Comics. Yeah, absolutely.
Canadian Shield. That sounds cool.
I'm pretty easy to find. Just find my Twitter. I have my link tree there. Reach out on one of those things. Reach out on one of those things, and we'll see if we can fit you on the schedule. We do schedule a couple months out, so just keep
2 months out minimum.
And I know Johnny's gonna dip in a few minutes.
A little bit. We'll wait for Tim.
Real quick, Johnny, do you want to just talk really quick about All In last night?
Oh yeah, I'm down. I'm fucking down. So, well, you watched it last night, right?
Yeah.
This was from Saturday. So, All In, AEW's big, for lack of a better description, this is AEW's WrestleMania.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
It happened on Saturday, and it culminated years of storytelling between two particular characters, Hangman Adam Page and Swerve Strickland, the Death Riders, the world title. Very cool shit. I would say at this point, if you can find a really good recap video on YouTube, search something like, Hangman's title run, second title run, or let's see, what else could you probably search for? Death Riders, things like that, to kind of get an idea of it. But pro wrestling hasn't been more like comics ever than now.
What was the whole Goldberg thing?
So that's the other thing too, is that, so I'm an AEW fan first and foremost, and then WWE is the alternative product. Actually, so AEW is the alternative to WWE, who is the stronger, larger entity.
Yeah.
I guess because this AEW event that was a big deal was happening this weekend, WWE threw everything they could at it to try to divert people's attention away, including his retirement match. So they gave Goldberg, who was a very popular WCW wrestler from the 90s, his last fucking match, which I didn't even watch, on the same night, as the same day as All In, this 6-hour wrestling event. So obviously, if you watched all 6 hours of All In, you're not going to stick around and watch another 3 hours or 2 hours of Saturday night's main event.
Yeah, no way. I could barely make it through the 6 hours. That was a lot of wrestling, man.
It was, but a lot of it was good too, though. That's the thing.
That's really the problem. Good. Like every match was solid. Like I'd say probably the only one I didn't really care about was I didn't care about it initially, and then I didn't care about what the version became after, is the one with Adam Cole and Kyle Fletcher, which turned into a 4-way. It was a good match, but it was the only one that I didn't care about.
I cared after because of the result. And that was cool thing. Good. That was cool that they did that and that happened. And I don't want to spoil it for anybody who hasn't watched it, but I highly recommend. That was a really cool match for that reason.
Made me feel a little bad for Adam Cole, to be honest with you. Like I know he's one of my least favorite wrestlers, but I felt bad for him. And I actually read an article today on what it is. It's something, he's got major concussion issues.
Yeah.
Like, and I guess he concussed himself on that last fight the week before.
Right.
And like, I guess back before he came back to AEW, his concussions were so bad that he couldn't like sit in a car for more than like 10 minutes. And
it's like football. I was like, it's better as football.
Yeah.
CTI.
So, but this one might end his career though. And the guy came out and he was like balling, and
people were coming up to hug him. Like, it felt very
normally
serious.
I don't like him. So like it made me feel bad, like when you like you feel bad for the school bully or something. Like, that's what it felt like.
When Nelson Muntz would get like hounded on, or something bad would happen on him on The Simpsons, you like kind of feel bad for the bullies. Like, oh
exactly. When that fake person you hate that actually becomes like a real person.
Yeah,
for like whatever reason,
when humanity shines through.
Yes,
part of why
absolutely
it's part of why so many people identify with Thanos in the Infinity War. It's just they forgot that he was doing bad because they sympathized with everything else.
Yeah, absolutely.
They forgot he killed half the galaxy.
Yeah,
right.
Oops. No, that's okay.
How did I forget that?
And on that note, we got our second guest who's in the back room here with us. Oh wait, he was back here.
Oh no, did he dip out again?
Well, he was there for a second. Let's see if he comes back. Anyways, someone mentioned Thanos. Table that for now. We got him right in the backstage here. So without further ado, the great Tim Jones. What's up, Tim?
Hey,
there he is.
What's going on? Hey, there he is, man.
Technology, man. Jeez, I'm on my phone.
Yeah, what happened? Did you have to switch devices?
No, I forgot to put underwear on. So here I am. That's why I'm
Happens
just
all the
chest up.
time.
You don't know what's going on down
It's
there.
a real
so.
Hey, you just got a free ball to keep it all nice and air conditioned.
Yeah.
Oh, it's more like 3-ball, but we'll just...
Hey, our creator outlet friend was like, Timmy. Love
Yes.
it. That's awesome. Yeah, he was asking where you were earlier, which was great.
I have no idea what happened. I was going to be on my laptop, and for some reason it wasn't picking me up. So
Look at this, like a true cartoonist. He's got the pencil behind his ear.
Yeah, I love that.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yep. There it is.
Yeah.
So what's new, Tim? What's new?
Just going crazy. I don't think I've ever been so overwhelmed in my life, to be honest with you.
We're in
Oh
a
yeah,
chaos season.
what's going on?
I got a lot of projects going on at the same time.
Oh, I love it.
And
Keith, you're right. Your theory about
I
everything
can't say
happening at
no
once.
for some reason.
Yeah.
So but yeah, I just trying to stay organized,
So that's good though. That means
Yeah.
like all these appearances you're making at shows and stuff are starting to converge into
Paying
something
off.
bigger, right?
Yeah. Can you do this? Can you? Yeah, sure. Make everybody happy.
I won't ask anything of you, Tim.
Yeah, I won't either, Tim. I won't bother you with.
I won't bother you except for just to hang out.
Oh, it's no bother. Trust me.
So I saw you just got back, or were you just at a show this past weekend?
Yeah, it was at the South Coast Toy and Comic.
Oh yeah, I saw that they brought that back. How was it? Was it all right?
It was good. It was good. It was a lot of fun, and I was glad they brought it back. They're gonna do it again next year. I think it was they announced it, I want to say April. So it was kind of late.
Yeah,
and
but they've done it before off and on, so it's been a while though since the last one. Was that the same place?
2020. It was just before COVID.
Okay.
Oh,
was it at that Seaport place that they did it before?
It was at the Venus de Milo.
Okay, that's a
From
different
what I
place,
remember,
think.
anyways.
Oh, okay. You said it was all right though. Was it mostly comics or?
It was like it was like a toy and comic kind of thing. It wasn't really a convention.
Okay.
But and small. But it was it was a lot of fun.
Nice.
There's a few artists and just lots of fun stuff that couldn't buy. So
we just talked about that earlier too.
there's like the prices like I saw like a $400 out of the box Boba Fett, like a 12-inch
wow.
Boba Fett with all the accessories and sex toys that Boba Fett had.
Jesus.
So
the vibrating function.
Yeah, this is the way. Yeah.
And the bottle rocket.
This is the way.
Yep.
I love that.
So
That's awesome. So what's new with sour grapes? And I know you well, I know you've been still doing the strip, and you have you keep collecting them into books, which is awesome.
Yeah,
and then you have a soda, right? Like a new soda.
Yeah, I actually have one right here.
Oh, cool.
I think you guys might have seen this at Wiki Comic Con. I had a bunch.
Yeah,
IC3 it was right next to you.
Yeah, I saw you at IC3, and you were right next to me at Wicked, and they were flying off your table, dude.
They were
sold out almost at IC3, if I remember correctly. I bought the last few bottles.
What's IC3?
The one we did in New Haven.
March, in Indies Creator Con.
Oh, yeah. It was with Eric Yako, yeah. I'm really happy with it. It's doing really, really well.
It's good too. It's a good soda. I was gonna buy another bottle from you from Wicked, but it was gone by the time I was ready to buy them, which is awesome.
It mixes well with vodka. Let me tell you,
it's good though.
It's good stuff.
It is. It's a good soda. And
are you gonna have some? Are you gonna be at Terrificon?
No, I won't be at Terrificon. My wife
doing
and I
Fanboy?
we're going on a cruise.
Oh,
that's
gotcha.
a way
So you're
better
not
thing
doing
to
any
do.
shows that weekend.
And so I can't do Fan Expo. I can't do Terrificon. We got our 30th anniversary.
Oh, congrats.
Thanks. On August 5th. If we make it that far, you never know between now and then.
You never know.
But so I'll be gone for a week, and
well, he'll be at Plastic. You'll be
I'll
at
be at
Plastic City,
See
right?
Plastic.
And you might have them. Will you have soda there?
Oh yeah.
Oh, nice. Maybe I'll snag one from you that day.
Absolutely. And the week before that is the Reuben Awards for National Cartoonist Society. I'm really excited about that.
Oh yeah, what's that about? Like,
so that's in Boston. They have it every year. It's a red carpet tux. I have to get a tux. And there's a banquet. My wife and I are going just for the banquet, and it's the awards. It's like the Oscars of the cartooning world.
Are you up for anything, or
cool.
No? Just my blood pressure. Be honest.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, sure.
So now, when they do, like you said, it's like the Oscars of the cartooning world. So is it all just like current stuff that's in the newspaper, or is that how it works, or is it like web comics too? Or
it's all different categories. Be honest with you: variety, comic strip, gag cartoons, you name it. All the different things.
That's cool. I love that.
But all my heroes are going to be there.
Oh yeah, like who?
Oh geez,
Bill Watterson, right? Was Bill Watterson going to be there?
I don't know about Bill.
He's very isn't he like he's one of those, he's like a hermit, isn't he? Like he doesn't really make public appearances. And
I've never been to one of these, and it's in Boston, so that's the first time it's been in Boston. And Christ, is
it open to the public or no?
Yeah, you don't have to be a member to go.
Oh, okay.
Which is amazing, but they're trying to attract more people to be members in that in the field and that. But I know Jim Davis was there the past couple times.
Jim Davis, wow.
And Kathy Geiswhite, Mac Ronig, Gary Trudeau.
Oh wow!
Lynn
the fellow who did
Johnson.
Arlo and Janice there.
Yeah, I mean they're all there.
Yeah. It's a who's who of who's who.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm gonna be like,
if Family Circus, Davis, all of them.
I'm sorry.
Is not me.
The Family Circus are going to be there.
Not me going to be there.
It'd be cool if you had a tuxedo made of your comics. You know what I mean?
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah, I'd like that.
Would be cool. Yeah,
that's a great idea. I mean? Or even one of those Hawaiian shirts. Like they have like the comics on them now that I've seen.
I could do one like with just people, like a white one. People with my comics, people can color it.
Yeah. Hopefully, you should bring definitely your like a backpack and put a few of your books in there to hand out. You never know what you're gonna run into.
Yeah, and it's
you should. Why not? There might be some syndication there. Like some syndicate. Yeah,
you never know.
And
I'll get a belt made so I can put the bottles inside.
Yeah, why the hell not?
Little pockets,
a bandolero.
I mean, it's a legit licensing deal, right? Like, I mean, they came to you for that license. So.
Or maybe instead of the comics printed on your tuxedo, just the code on your back. They can scan it.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
Right.
Yep. That'd be cool.
QR code.
You're right. The QR code.
It's on the. Don't you have that on the bottle too?
Right. That's why I was thinking about it.
I do. It's right down the. I don't know if you can see it from there.
Yeah. Yes, that's cool. You could always do that because Johnny, you do something similar with the hot sauce. You had a QR code on there.
Yeah, when I did the hot sauce, I gave away issue 1 of Surrounded by Death for free.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's a way to do it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It doesn't take much to just scan it with your phone.
Yeah. My thing was I made the QR code really small, so it's like a 50-50 shot if it could scan.
The newer phones can scan really small, so I think you're probably
it actually worked pretty flawlessly, unfortunately.
But that's great time to market though, Tim, because you're in how many papers are you in now?
Now that the last time I checked, I've gone up to 63 now.
That's awesome, dude, because I think the last time you were on the show you were under, I think you were in the mid 40s last time you were on.
I was
so that's a big jump, dude.
The mid 40s, and then I got picked up by some more in California and in Massachusetts. So it's getting
Dude, that's awesome. You're not with a syndication though yet, right? Is that's the toughest thing cartoonists can get into. It's the hardest thing.
I mean, there's only a few syndicates because some of the syndicates have like merged. Like United Features, which used to have Peanuts and stuff, they've merged. I don't know if it's Andrews McNeil absorbed them or something like that, but
it's probably because there's less papers now, right? Like, so the need
there's
to
plenty
sell.
I think there's plenty of papers, but it's just they've kind of consolidated. A lot of big companies have, like Gannett and Gatehouse, and a bunch of the big corporations are just soaking up papers.
Okay.
So you don't necessarily get in with one paper, you get in with a group of papers, which makes things a little easier for someone like me. I just send out one email instead of like 50.
Yeah, right. And then you get like that. If you can get that one editor to look at it, it might give you a shot.
Yeah.
Well, because like syndication used to work with because I've looked at, like, I'm a cartoonist too, and I was looking into that angle of it early on before I started doing comic book stuff. And my understanding is that they used to have sales guys that would go all over the country to like different papers and try to sell. They would take comic strips that they think they could sell and try to sell it to certain papers and things like that. So if you got in good with one of those guys that think you could sell it to like somebody in Arkansas, you always, and that's how you made your money. The more papers you get in, the more money you make, kind of thing.
I mean, I like being in the driver's seat, and just getting it into papers on my own. Because with the major syndicates, it's tough because, we'll take, for instance, King Features, like the second biggest one. So, and this is my read on it. I could be completely wrong, but you kind of need to fit their portfolio, as it were, so they have like a look or almost like not a requirement, but like a look that they're looking for to be with all the other comics that they have.
I gotcha.
And then you've got Andrews
like that.
Yeah, Andrews McNeil has got Garfield and all those comics, so that's got like a different look to it. Will Henry.
So they're looking for something like well drawn, but also that has a unique hook or a different kind of. Like that's one thing I read. Like they would get like 500 submission or 5,000 or more submissions, and they pick one a year if you're lucky to. What I mean?
Yeah, you get a better chance of getting bit by a.
Struck by lightning.
Yeah.
Or winning the lottery. I know, it's one of those things, toughest thing in the world to get into. Probably even that and acting, right? Like it's going to be like the same kind of odds.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I like being in the driver's seat, but it shows that my sour grapes is sellable. You know what I mean? Because if I can do that, imagine what they can, and it just shows that.
It's good that you're your own advocate, though, too. Like you're gonna sell it better than anyone else,
Right, and it helps when you call up a group and say, "Hey, listen, it's in X amount of papers. It's doing really well, and could I send you some Actually, what I've started doing is I send out an email first, and just tell them what I got, and give them the link to the website, and then I follow up on that because it gives me a reason to call them now. It used to just be like cold turkey and call, "Hey, I've got a comic strip. You want to see it?"
Yeah, right.
And then I'd have to call back again.
Have they had any? I was curious. Have they ever had any requests of you to do like do the strip daily and then do a Sunday strip as well, or is it just, are they okay with you doing one a week basically?
Well, right now I'm published weekly. Because that's what I can keep up with. And which is enough, to be honest with you, because I do everything. When you're with a syndicate, all you have to do is draw and get it in on time.
Yeah.
And you don't have to do the marketing,
they're
the
like
promotion,
4
and
weeks
all that
ahead
stuff.
too, or something crazy like that, aren't they?
Yeah,
too?
they want you to be like at least a month to 6 weeks ahead of time.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And
imagine coming up with a month worth of gags in like a week. It's like
That's crazy.
I can't,
That's
it's too much.
like forcing a miracle.
well, some people I know,
it really is.
Some people I know that got picked up, they were able to use a backlog first, and then build up on top of that instead of starting off cold turkey.
Mhm.
And some people go through what's called a development deal, where you work with the editor, and they get you to the point where they're happier with what you've got and make sure it's got everything that they want, and stuff. So I mean, but what's funny too is I mentioned this, sent out an email. To this day, and I've been doing this for quite a while, to this day, I have never explained what the strip is about.
Oh, really? And they've never asked?
Ever.
They've never asked?
Nope, they never asked, because I just tell them it's sour grapes. It's it's in this many papers. I get it black and white and color, so on and so forth, and that's it. And then so I tell people that it especially comic strips, they got to stand on their own.
Yeah, it sells itself.
Right. So if they read it and they laugh, then that's all they care about. So I make sure that the writing's at least better than my drawing, which is usually the case. But
no, your drawing though is solid for like a strip, though. I think.
I appreciate that. Thanks. Yeah.
How long does one strip take to do? Or
about this long. Oh,
yeah.
I don't know. It depends. Like like the one that came out last week. I can actually show you. This is how I start off.
Let me make you large
cool.
here. Oh yeah,
That's
look
how
at
it
that.
starts out.
So you do it all hand. You don't do it all on the computer. You do it all.
I'm 60/40.
Oh, okay.
So I do all that. I draw it, ink it, and stuff like that. I do the lettering, the frames, and color all on, and then they dump in the blacks all on Photoshop.
You do the lettering there too.
Yeah, because I can't letter to save my life. And but I have to have it on Photoshop anyways, because I have to turn it into a JPEG file,
right,
and email it out, so it all works out,
Yeah, that's awesome.
Some papers take it in black and white, some papers take it in color.
But even your lettering, though, like it's not sloppy. Like it's put together well. It works with the strip. Like the way I like the way you do the balloons. Like there's always that weird like. What's that?
I said I do that on Photoshop as well.
Do you?
The lettering,
one thing I always liked about your balloons is always that gap there. Like where it's like intersects with the character or something, and is like that open space.
You know why I do that?
Why do you do that? I was curious.
Secret.
Well, let me tell you why.
You know what I'm talking about, Johnny? Have you ever looked at his strip?
Yes, 100%.
There's that gap with the word balloons, and I always wondered why he did that.
Because a couple reasons is the big reasons is I want to show the character, and I hate cutting it off.
Okay. Yeah.
Sometimes I'll do it because if I don't have a choice because of what's going on with the panel, but I don't like to cut it off, so I do that. And the other reason is a long time ago someone taught me about what's called a tangent.
Okay.
And that it's kind of the same thing where you don't want it to intersect with anything, so I just said screw it, and
you don't want the lines to intersect. Yeah.
Right.
Well, did you know that we have the king of tangents on our show?
That's right. Newly crowned. I know. It's my
world champion.
I just got birthed tonight.
I got birthed tonight.
He pulled out a tangent earlier tonight. Something to do with with a general hospital or something.
Right. Sorry, I missed it.
Yeah, Harry's like that, and don't bring up the Hulk because that just brings.
Oh my God!
Well, to bring it back around though, Tim.
Right.
Now you mentioned that they never asked about what the comic was about. Well, what about our viewers? Do you mind telling our viewers what the comic strip's about?
Or is that going to go with you?
Oh yeah, it's real simple. It's Aesop is a miserable flying dog, and it's about him and his life with his adopted family, and his pet cloud Ominous. So it's that simple. It's sour grapes is derived from the Aesop's fable, ironically, the fox and the grapes. So it's all about sour grapes and just being what it says, sour about life and what you can't have, and just bad days and just nothing's going right and that stuff. So his family, as it were, come to him for help with all their problems and stuff like that. And he, in his own miserable way, helps them out, and it just kind of carries on from there.
Yeah, I love that, dude.
Nothing goes right for him, and it's all that shit. It's basically based on my life, to be honest with you.
It almost sounds like Seinfeld from the perspective of George Costanza.
Yeah,
okay.
A little bit. Yeah,
All
a little
right.
bit.
Right?
Yeah.
So
It's
any
like
of those,
a show about nothing in particular, right?
yeah,
With a group of friends, with one particular friend who is the sour grapes guy, which
Right.
would in turn be George. So in this case,
Yeah,
it would be Aesop.
So
Right?
Aesop comes from mythology, not from some other planet, or a star like Sirius, or whatever. Because the dog star.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
It'd be kind of cool to tie it in
That's clever, actually.
because he flies. You would think, like, speaking of Superman, you know what I mean? He's like the last son of Krypton, even though he has the Kaldorian or the Kendors in his Fortress of Solitude. The whole city of how many are in there?
Kandor.
Like 1,000. Yeah, Kendor.
Thousands. It's like a whole city.
I know.
Like,
So he's not the last son. It makes me angry.
no, he's not. My favorite thing about that is like, oh yeah, I'll help them. He never helps them. Like
that would be an amazing. Not to go for a tangent, but that would be an amazing new kind of movie. Like he gets sucked into Kandor, now like he's kind of like back home almost. Like anyway.
Anyway.
Interesting.
Before we run out of time, though, Tim, is there any of those projects that you have? You said you have a lot going on right now. Anything you could talk about or tease for the audience?
There's one that I'm meeting with someone tomorrow that I kind of can't talk about, but I'm really excited about it. After tomorrow, I'll know better of what's going on.
Yeah, I'll talk to you about it at the next show I see you at. I'd love to know.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Let's see. I'm working on a kid's book for somebody, illustrations for
cool.
that.
Nice.
I'm doing someone celebrating their 5th anniversary for a TV show. So they wanted me to do a cartoon of them for that.
Oh, sweet.
And
sounds like all great projects you got.
Yeah,
going
this
on.
all sounds really fun.
Yeah, they are. I just it's just crazy.
It's just everything converges at once. It's always feast or famine, I find,
I have
use that term quite a bit with like freelance work and anything.
And you can't say no when you get stuff because
I take it whenever
Right.
when I can ever take another lettering job, another one will come in and I'll be like, yeah, I'll do it. And like I just try to figure out who can I put off for another week and who needs it right away. You just play that game. So
I got this
just
one.
Feed the hungriest plant.
Exactly.
I'm sorry. I got this one take-home commission from this past weekend. There's a brilliant idea. Some guy that I know handed me a sketch cover, a Wonder Woman sketch cover, and he said, "Can you draw me a funny Wonder Woman lassoing Ominous in my strip, the cloud, the pet cloud Ominous?" And I thought that was great because it's like Ominous sometimes has his leash on him. And so that's where he got the idea from. So I'm like, that is so brilliant. So like that's one of the fun ones I get to do.
I was going to say, is it going to include some type of truth that Ominous would say?
I know,
because he's being lassoed.
Ominous only says rumble, 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 just 3 times each time, and Aesop has to translate for everybody.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
it's kind of like
same with the characters in my in Mighty Mascots. You got the one robot that just talks binary.
Yeah.
And you have the other robots that translate it for him.
Yeah.
Makes it fun to like try to and then add that little extra voice, I guess.
Yeah. So it'll be fun. I'm looking forward to that. So Yeah, just a lot going. I mean, I'm happy that I got a lot going on, but at the same time, it's kind of like trying to.
You wish it was spread out a little bit, yeah.
Get the priorities going, and
exactly. Upcoming convention appearances where you'll be at that you want to let people know, or?
Yeah, so Plastic City, of course.
Yeah.
Let's see, August, September. Is that what comes after August? Yeah, September.
Yes.
I'm going to be at Retro Expo again.
Nice. I'll be at that one too.
Is that September?
Yeah, I think it
is.
is.
That's September. Yeah. I got October. I'm actually going to New York Comic Con.
Yes, I'll see you there, Tim.
Oh, nice.
I will be there, but I will be there as press.
Oh, okay.
Which is really different. I got invited by they haven't announced it yet, so I don't want to say the name of the podcast, but I'm going to be with the podcast, and I get to be on the crew.
Nice.
And I'm also going to be probably on a panel of some sort.
Nice.
So I'm looking forward to that too.
Sweet. That's the best, probably the best way to do New York. You're not bound to a table, and you can get samples out to people, a lot of editors, things like that.
I'm hoping to make some money. I'm just going to go on a street corner and show my leg.
Little ankle.
You never know.
Little ankle.
Yeah.
Right on the corner there.
I'll put some train tickets in my ass and say, "Hey, now boarding."
Just watch out. Just watch out for Elmo. That guy. I don't trust that guy.
For Elmo.
Those dirty Elmos.
As we
Elmo.
Yeah, right.
What was that?
As we wrap up, Tim, could you let people know where people can find you online, social media, and all that?
Yeah, you can just go right to sourgrapescomic.com, and you'll see everything there that has anything to do with Sour Grapes and myself.
Okay.
But also Instagram is Sour Grapes Comic. And just about everything is Sour Grapes Comic. Good
branding.
Yeah. Oh, and look for me at Rhode Island Comic Con too with the National Cartoon Society.
Nice.
I'll be there as well. I'm really looking forward to that. So
it's very cool, dude. All right, Tim. Thank
you
for coming on as always. Oh, what do you have, Harry?
No, I was going to say, I feel that Aesop would get along great with Droopy Dog.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? I think they would totally get along.
That's a good pairing right there.
Totally.
That's like a Jetsons meet the Flintstones moment.
You should draw a print of that, Tim, with both of them facing off at each other.
That'd be cool. Funny. Yeah, absolutely. I think they're the same height too. So
yeah, they are, right?
Yeah,
they're both trying to deadpan stare each other down,
and they could commiserate together about life and whatnot.
Yeah, right.
I gotta look that up. Thank you.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
you can both be saying, you know what? I'm happy.
That's right.
Tim, it was great having you on, man.
Yeah, it was great seeing you guys.
Great to see you as always, dude.
Likewise.
And I love seeing you at shows, so I look forward to seeing you at Plastic.
Looking forward to seeing
you
guys.
I'm really looking forward to that. And let's do supper at Plastic this time somehow, some way.
That'd be great.
I usually take the staff out, but if we can't make it happen there, we'll have to try for.
I'll have dinner with you, kid.
What's that?
I'll go to dinner with you, Tim.
Well, you know what, mate? Real quick, last time we all went to that same restaurant. Remember you being there? Remember you guys were sitting over to this?
Yeah. So maybe we could like.
It was like Applebee's or something like that.
Yeah. Maybe we could also like sit near each other or something.
We'll make it work.
Yeah, I snuck out. I didn't pay. I just snuck out.
That's good.
That's the way to do it.
Right.
That is the way to do it.
Smart.
Awesome. All right, Tim. So we'll talk to you soon, and thanks for coming on the show as always.
No problem. I'll see you guys soon. Thanks.
Great seeing you, man.
See you later, man.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Actually, Johnny, I'm happy you stayed because before you go, I think I should show my 1 minute audition tape that I made over the weekend.
Yeah, I'd love to see that before I have to dip.
You're going to dip right now? Or?
All right,
let's see this video, then I'll dip.
So let me explain it real quick. So what you're going to see here is, I somehow got, it's not official yet. Haven't been picked for it yet, but it's a commercial for the New Hampshire lottery. And they wanted somebody to, they're looking for somebody that's 5'8" and shorter. I'm like, bingo, whatever. I fit that bill. And the premise is they want somebody, to be on a blind date. So I'm sitting at a restaurant. This is what I had to act out. I'm sitting at a restaurant waiting for my blind date to come. So if she finally comes over, she walks in, and I stand up to greet her, and be a gentleman, and maybe I have a seat up for her or whatever. But we both realized that she's way taller than we each realize. And then she clearly is disappointed. She's like, great, and then I get sad because now I see that she's like disappointed. I'm so short, that I'm vertically challenged. So then for some reason the date goes on, doesn't end there. It goes on. So she's sitting at the table and I'm sitting there being miserable. Speaking of being miserable, and then she's like looking at her phone the whole time, and she wins the lottery and she screams out, I win, and I spilled my wine all over me. And that's what they wanted me to record. I'm like, how am I gonna? So I had to figure.
So you recorded this and then edited it and everything?
Lucy,
it's your sides, right?
Yeah. My version of what that would look like. You know what I mean? So, I'm like, do I have to like find a stand-in for this blind date? I asked the woman, the girl, whatever, and she's like, well, you can do it by yourself. I'm like, how am I? If anyone sees me doing this, they're gonna think I'm a mental patient or something. But so I asked Lucy because she wanted to hang out this past week. I'm like, hey, if you want to do that, help me out with this, it'd be great. It's like, I need somebody to stand in for me. And her son Eli is he likes making movies, like stop motion movies.
Yeah, so he did it
so
for you guys.
He volunteered. So I have it queued up here. Let me
let's see it. Let's roll this.
So you got the premise, and I'm interested in Amy's opinion too, because as an actor.
Well, she said what a humiliating commercial concept.
Oh, I love it. This is right up my alley. I feel that I've been on this date.
And apologies for our third guest, Frank, who's waiting.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Quick shout out to Lori Calcaterra too. She said, "Hey, what's up?"
I saw that. Hey, Lori, thanks for dropping by.
Yeah, thanks for watching.
So let me share this. How do I do this? I always have a hard time doing this. Present here.
Frank, we'll go a little longer on the back end once we bring you in, so that we get at least a half hour.
All right. So, hey, you got it? Or here we go.
I have not seen anything.
Right,
wait a second.
We go. I'll do the entire screen.
I see. Yeah, get it queued up.
Right.
Okay, there you go.
Difficulty.
Right, so
here we go.
Can you make that full screen, Harry?
Who's this handsome man over here?
Whoa! What happened? How do I go back? Jeez. All right, full screen is this, right?
And you check the audio. There was an audio button.
English is off. Wait, how do you make it full screen?
Frank said, "No worries. He's hyped up enough. He needs to see this commercial too."
How do I?
I'm bummed. I'm gonna get to miss Frank here.
I don't want to bullet.
You don't have a half hour.
Yeah, I got so much I got to do. It's crazy.
Okay, that's all right. Respectable.
Full screen here. All right, you guys can see it, right?
Yeah, we got it. Roll this.
The full screen is probably in that right corner somewhere.
This thing here.
Yeah, there you
go. It says picture in picture.
That goes to picture in picture.
How does
one of them will probably say full screen?
Full screen. I had it before.
If you can't do it,
then
it's not a big deal.
Roll it.
Wait 1 second. Let me do this. Oh, here we go. Full screen.
There we go.
Bingo.
All right. So here we go.
Audio.
There's no talking.
Great camera work.
It's only acting.
It's only acting.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I'll be quiet.
Angelos. Look like a little forced perspective.
I feel like I'm watching Dorf. Remember Dorf?
Dorf does dating.
Yeah.
I love it, Harry.
Right? Wait.
Look at that acting.
That's a great reaction. You look dead on to the camera like you were fucking Mr. Roper.
I was breaking I broke the third wall or something.
Yeah, no, you did a Mr. Roper. Like,
totally pulled a Mr. Roper. I would have done a spit take if it was my sides. I would have done a spit take.
Right.
Yeah, bravo. Absolutely. Bravo.
Yeah.
Bravo.
That was great.
Thank
Harry.
you, W.
Yeah. Great job, Harry.
All right. Before we bring in the guest, Johnny, we'll say a proper goodbye to you.
Yeah, I just got to dip out because I got to pack and go to California.
Yeah, dude. Well, have fun and have
Thanks,
a safe
guys.
trip, man. And
safe trip.
Thank you,
and
guys.
we'll talk. You're gonna be there till when again? The
29th of the month.
29th. Holy
so I'm
shit!
gonna be staying in California for a good chunk
of
time.
You may not even appear in the next episode then, like, right?
No, I'm traveling home that day.
Okay, so Harry,
I'll be at the airport when you guys are live. So I'll watch you guys, maybe comment.
Yeah, maybe Harry.
Maybe even drop in if I'm at the airport and I can, you know what I mean? If I'm like just at the gate or whatever, maybe I could pop in.
Me and Harry can handle it, and then or I can bring Mattman in. But maybe it's just me and you, Harry. We'll just do it.
We can handle it.
Yeah,
I think that'll be fine.
All right, guys.
All right,
dip.
All right, Johnny.
Have a safe trip, and text me if you run into any cool shit out there.
Yeah, for sure. I'll drop you guys a line.
All right, later, man.
All right, take care, guys. Have a good one.
Yep.
All right, cool.
Enjoy, and sorry I miss you, Frank. I apologize. I'll watch later.
All right. All right, Johnny. Have a good one.
Yeah, peace out.
See you.
All right. Without further ado, we've had our third guest wait a little longer. So let's bring him in, Harry. Without a new guest named Frank Walk, which
W. Frank Walk.
W. Frank Walk. Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm looking forward to talking to him, and his comic actually looks really cool. So without further ado, Frank, welcome to the show, and thanks for being patient too.
Yeah,
man.
sorry about that.
No worries. I get how it goes sometimes. It was well worth it.
Yeah.
Well, like the commercial.
No, that was great.
Harry, I think you're gonna nail the part. I think you're gonna. Get
Hopefully,
the job.
I definitely have the height down, so hopefully.
Yeah.
And I had her
let me know who I can write an angry letter to.
Yeah. Right.
Oh yeah, please. I will. All right, I'll keep that in mind.
Well, Frank, welcome to the show, first timer, which is great to have you here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And the one thing we love to when we have a first timer on, which you had a first timer on in the first hour of the show, we love to know origin stuff. So we love to know the point in your life where you were reading a comic or a movie or watching a cartoon, and it just clicked with you that you had to make comics. Like, is there like a point in your life where you can point to that you're like, you had that aha moment where the heart, hit you right in the heart and that kind of thing?
Yeah, I mean, super early on. I mean, one of the first memories I have, I was born in the early 80s, 1981, and one of the earliest movies I remember seeing was Legend.
Oh yeah,
Tim Curry playing, the darkness, and that just put my love for fantasy and dark and scary stuff like just in me at an early age.
Yeah.
And then from there, it's like, I got into horror movies at a young age, stuff like that. So those kinds of things were always just in me as a big influence. But for comic books, I do specifically remember the first comic book I ever picked up. I couldn't have been more than maybe 8 years old, sitting in the barber's office, and he always had a stack of like magazines and random comics and stuff to entertain people while they waited. And there was an old Speedball comic. I don't know if y'all remember Speedball. Pretty obscure dude, but I loved the bright colors and the flashy action. And that's kind of right then when I was like, I need to find more of whatever that was. That was cool.
Well, I think well, there you go, Steve Ditko. It's one of his like crazier characters, but like the magic was still there. Like it still spoke to you, And I remember when that book came out, it had like different reactions. People either loved it or hated it, And,
I mean, I honestly I couldn't tell you anything about it. I was a little too young to really like get into the story or anything like that.
Yeah,
but,
right.
I mean, it was just the art and the bright colors, and
I remember that it definitely had the bright colors, especially like with the weird kinetic balls that were always around him and stuff. Absolutely. It had that very psychedelic kind of look to it, I remember buying at least the first 8 of them, I think, at least. But Harry, what were you going to say?
I was going to ask, is that the first thing you notice, colors and things, as a colorist yourself? I guess that's what your job is, pretty much.
Well, no, actually, it's the opposite. Like one of the first things I notice is line art.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. I do. I go like the way this person's rendering. Is that something I'd like to color?
Okay.
So yeah, I'm always looking at line art, and I'm looking for things that I would like to do. Or for the longest time, it was just picking apart line art and going, why do I prefer this style versus this style and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get me wrong. There's plenty of color influences that I have, and people that I admire in the color realm. But it's the line art that I usually look at first.
Oh, nice. How long you been making comics, Frank?
See, back in 2019 is pretty much right when I started picking up commissions and started doing indie books. It wasn't until then that I knew that I didn't know what I wanted to do.
Okay.
Until about that, and I'd always been an artist, been a creative person my whole life. But I was like a jack of all trades, master of none kind of thing, a collector of hobbies. And I sat down and I was like, man, I'm good at a lot of stuff, but I'm not great at anything. And I sat down and just kind of did some self-reflection. And I was like, you know what? Color work is what I like to do. I like digital painting. I like trying to figure out the puzzle of color theory and how light and shadow all play together. And that's when I went all in.
That's awesome. So is that primarily what you do? You do colorist work?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yep, absolutely.
I always get hit up for like people like, hey, a good colorist? I'll have to toss your name around there.
Networking.
So you do it at freelance work for other people?
Yeah, absolutely. You do a lot of lettering yourself, right?
I do, yeah. And same with you. I never pictured myself being that. But as I got older and looked into like red lettering books and things like that, I really appreciate it as an art form. And
so is that what each of you would label yourself? So Keith, you're a letterer, and W. Frank, you're a colorist. Is that what you would say you are? Or?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I probably would.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm definitely a writer as well. I mean, Hellstones is my first comic book, but I mean, last year I did do my first publication as an author. I did a children's color and creativity book.
Oh, cool.
And that was a lot of fun. So it was kind of like all of these little things of just being a creative person and then getting into color work and understanding how comics are produced. And then doing my first children's book led me to how do you copyright and how do you go into production for yourself? And then when it came time to do Hellstones, I had already put all these pieces together to just, I can do this. I can do this. Why shouldn't I do this? Let's do it.
That book was called Mason's Marvelous Mind. Is that right?
Mason's Marvelous Mind.
And that was based on your son too. Is that right?
Yeah. Mason is my son. Yes.
Yeah, that's cool.
All completely inspired by him when he's younger. He's almost 17 now, but when he was a little kid, he was just like me, a daydreamer. Always telling me these really cool stories when he got home from school or daycare, and it was always something I wanted to do, and then I just didn't really know how to go about it. But getting into comic books and getting into indie publishing and stuff gave me the knowledge and the confidence to just finally go ahead and do something. So I did.
I love that, dude. That's smart. Like, I love that you found it after doing, kind of tossing around different, careers, like you said. And Harry, much like Frank, I feel like I'm the same, like where it's like lettering is my part-time job, but I'm also a writer and comic creator.
Yeah, I think we all kind of have different. We wear different.
A lot of hats.
Yeah, right.
Con promoter, which that one I kind of wish I could let go, but it's too big now. But all that stuff allows me to. I'm almost out of the 9-to-5 life, but not quite. I still have a couple days that I work part-time, but I'm almost there. Like, I'm trying, but it's this industry, and I'm sure you've run into this, Frank, where this industry is so hit or miss. Like, there's months where you have no work, and then there's months where you have tons of work, and it's like it's so not reliable, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Especially once I decided that I wanted to go all in on creating a book myself, I had to stop looking for other work because otherwise I would never have done it.
That's the thing, and that's where I run into problems now. Is like I'm trying to set up my life so that like on Monday I'm doing lettering for this project. Tuesday I'm doing stuff for the YouTube channel. I'm trying to try to get a schedule down for all my different things. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, because stuff comes up and there's priority stuff that takes priority, stuff like that, so
yeah, it's tough, especially doing indie it's all about the relationships you build and maintain. And when you have to take a step back for a little bit, you're opening the door for someone else, which is great. But then you're like, please don't forget about me. I'll be back eventually.
Yeah, that's true. It's like trying to keep those relationships. And I hear you, man. But it's funny. Like you talked about putting the books together yourself and indie publishing. Like the more I've done that in recent years, the more I like that versus trying to get picked up by somebody.
Yeah.
It's like it did the whole small publishing thing for a little while, and it helped me build a little bit of an audience. But now it's like it just made me realize that I kind of don't want to. I just want to do stuff my way. You know what I mean? Like and like I don't want to have to answer to anybody and things like that. So
yeah, that's
I appreciate
the biggest thing is the freedom to say what you've got to say and have no filter or no edit.
Yeah, exactly. And I used to dream about writing for Marvel and DC and stuff. And trust me, if they did knock on the door, I'd be like, let's go, But like I don't chase it like I used to. Like I used to, want to get there, but I'm like, I like working on my own stuff now. Like, and I don't know if that just comes with age or if it's like the more you work on your own stuff, it becomes more part of you rather than like something that's not. I don't know.
Yeah, for sure. No, that makes total sense.
If it's your own property, it becomes big one day, then it's yours.
Yeah, right.
True. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. And so like, so how many comics have you made like total in the years since you started?
As far as comics, only one comic. I did a lot. I mean, tons and tons and tons of different commissions for different things.
Okay.
People that work on Etsy or Fiverr as illustrators, they're always looking for colorists, stuff like that. So just a whole bunch of little one-off projects all over the place. Or especially those people that do the Etsy and Fiverr stuff. Once they lock in on a colorist, then they come back to you. So it keeps steady for a really long time. So that just kept me steady for a long time. And to be quite honest, it was at a time to where I was still kind of figuring it all out. Like I said, I've always been an artist, so I got a pretty good eye for it, but there's just so many nuances and you can go so deep into color theory that, I probably wouldn't have been ready for a full book anyhow. So it was kind of perfect. It always kept me busy. I always had a little bit of cash coming in, but I was more doing it just because I wanted to, just for the love of the game,
Yeah, that's awesome. Like, do you work traditional too, or is it mostly just digital?
No, I used to work traditional. I used to do a lot of gouache painting and acrylic painting and alcohol markers and stuff. But once I decided to buckle down and like really get serious about this is what I want to do, I had to go digital. It was the only thing that made sense. Just from a cost analysis perspective.
Yeah.
Of going, it's going to cost me more up front to get a good tablet and software, but it's going to pay for itself in no time compared to replacing all of those actual physical materials.
Yeah, and digital colors come a long way. It looks really good now. It's
very
sick. Like I still like the traditional look. Like my wife still works traditional.
Sure.
With her, she uses a lot of the Copic markers and stuff, and she can get a really nice look with those things, which sometimes I'm impressed with, like, because it looks like a painting. But like, digital like just seems like the future now, like, so.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, having an undo button is kind of awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
The only thing that I don't like about digital, though, because I'm an illustrator myself, but I don't like that there's no actual original. Yeah, that's the only thing that you have to like get over. You know what I mean? Like, but
Yes,
but it is easy. It's a lot easier to hit the undo button.
yeah,
correct.
Absolutely. Especially, let's say you have an independent book and it pops off and gets big. That's really where you wish you had some original art, because then it actually holds a lot more value.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So
have you done go ahead.
I'm
sorry, Harry.
No. The thing I thought was amazing that you're not really you're self-taught pretty much, right? You didn't go to school doing that. It's pretty awesome.
Completely self-taught.
Yeah, it's awesome that
That
you're
is
so
pretty
into
cool,
it.
actually, because like
right.
I mean, because like learning color theory without having like being taught that is kind of interesting. Like,
oh well, thanks. I appreciate it. I've always
is it more that you love it so much that you just got to know every aspect of it? Is it like one of those kind of things?
That's a big part of it. A big part of it is ADHD. I've always, just being honest, I was always a really crappy student.
Okay.
Because I didn't have an interest in the subject matter. So it allowed my brain to wander and not pay attention. But when I do have an interest in something, I hyperfixate, I hyperfocus. And that's why it was so important for me to do that self-reflection and go, what do I really want to do? And that allowed me to go, okay, this is what I want to do. I'm going to go all in. I'm going to allow myself to hyperfixate on this material and just consume it. And I just haven't stopped. Dude. I haven't looked back.
Yeah, that's great.
So you actually have it? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Hey.
No, finish.
You actually have ADHD?
ADHD and high functioning anxiety.
Oh wow.
So how does that affect your creativity? How does that affect you doing that?
It's a total nightmare. I'm sure. I mean, on the one hand, it's a bit of a superpower because it does allow me to hyperfixate on something. I can get a large amount of work done in a short amount of time because I won't get up to go to the bathroom. I won't eat. I will just sit there and just lock into something. But on the other hand, if I have multiple projects going on, then I start to feel the weight of having to prioritize. And it's what deadline's what? And I need to work on this. Now I need to work on this. And then that's where that becomes a nightmare. The high functioning anxiety, that really gets going when it's time for now. I mean, not the podcast. I'm okay with talking to people, but where I'm at with the Kickstarter campaign. I've done all the work. The work is hard, especially when you're doing it by yourself.
Yeah.
But at least I'm not having the judgment of other people at that stage and all of that weight and hoping that it succeeds. But now that the Kickstarter's going, it's out of my hands. And that's where all that anxiety comes in. And it's like, it's the fear of the unknown. It's people's opinions. Is it going to succeed? All of that stuff. So it's double-edged on both things.
Yeah, right. And I definitely will take a look at the Kickstarter to show the audience as well. But what I was going to ask though is have you done coloring work for any small press, like some of the bigger labels at all, or
none of the bigger labels? There's a small indie company out of Florida called Shattermare Comics.
Okay. I've heard of them, I think.
Yeah, they're out of Jacksonville. Their flagship series is Hardly Heroes.
Okay.
But they were working on a new series called The Mercenary Guild. And we were hoping to do a full 76-page graphic novel.
Oh, wow.
Only got enough done for one book. So there's one 24, 25-page book out there.
Okay. And maybe they'll go back and finish it at some point, or
we'll see.
Yeah. But you get a lot of commissions. Is that how you primarily make your bread and butter? That's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's great. Yeah. I definitely want to show your website too. You have some cool images on the main page of two of my favorite cartoons, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and the Dungeons and Dragons cartoon.
Oh, on my site. Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. The coloring is awesome on them. So yeah, I definitely want to show that. And then we'll take a look at Hellstones, which is your book, which I definitely want to learn more about that as well. But let me pop your website on here.
Please do.
And Harry, have you looked at his website?
I'm not the website, but I've seen some of his work on other shows and whatnot. So
I mean, I love this Dungeons and Dragons piece. You know,
that's pretty amazing.
That must have been fun to do.
Oh, that was so good.
It's such a great image too, like with them all fighting Tiamat. I love that cartoon, and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle ones is really good. I like your work though, Frank. I really think you're a good colorist. Like,
thank you.
Looking at everything that. And. Like even on this, like I noticed right away the way you illuminated all the characters by the Tiamat's fire breath, and you can see it on especially on Hank here. But yeah, it looks really good, man. I really like what you did there. What do you think, Harry?
No, it's awesome work.
And then you have galleries here, right? So let me see, pinup art. Yeah, I love this stuff, man. Sequentials,
but you have
sequentials are solid too, man.
Wait, hold on, what's the other?
What are you looking at? What's
no? So you're an artist, you're a writer, and you're a letterer too. So you do, and a colorist. So you do all this stuff yourself. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Thanks. I don't really fancy myself much of a line artist, much of an illustrator. I mean, I can cartoon, and that's where I'm comfortable. Like Mason's Marvelous Mind, I did all the art in that.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like traditional comic book and stuff like that, not my strong suit at all. So I ended up definitely hiring out for that for my book.
Yeah.
I was like, if I'm going to put a book out there, I want it to be quality. I want it to look nice. You don't want to look at my scribbles. Trust me.
Yeah. No, that's great. And it's awesome that you recognize that. Same. Like I can draw a little bit, but my artwork is very cartoony. And when I make a comic book, I hire out artists because I know I can't put on the page what I see in my mind, but they can. You know what I mean? Like right. I'm very bad at anatomy and perspective and stuff like that. But if you ask me to draw like Snoopy fighting Garfield, I'm your man.
Oh,
you know,
sure.
Like,
right?
I think I want to see that actually.
You want to see that?
I think I do actually.
Snoopy's got that one hands down, and he's gonna win. But I think this looks great, man. And let's pop over to the Kickstarter here. And so it looks like you hit your goal, which is awesome, which I know you said you were worried about that. You got 17 days to go, so you probably can make a few more bucks before it's over.
Yeah, I got fortunate, and then we hit 100% funding within the first week.
Awesome.
And,
that's awesome. That's
we're
great.
about one one backing away from hitting the first stretch goal.
Are you really? Okay. Yeah. Let's put this in the chat here.
So this is going to be a 12-book series, right? And it's all written out. I think I've heard you say before.
Yeah, absolutely. You're absolutely correct.
That's awesome.
Oh, you have all 12 scripts. That's awesome, man.
It's all already scripted out. I'm working on storyboarding right now for book 1 since this has gone pretty well. So I was like, let's go ahead and start prepping for book 1 and starting the storyboarding on that now.
What's your elevator pitch for Hellstones?
Hellstone, yeah, absolutely. So it's a gritty supernatural action series that explores power, corruption, and what it costs to do the right thing when the world is burning around you. How much of someone's self are they willing to sacrifice, not only physically or mentally, but also morally for the perceived greater good?
Interesting. And it has now Hellstones, is that like that adds like a fantasy kind of element to the book? Is that
a little bit? I would say it's probably a little more, fantasy, but supernatural and occult. Really?
Okay.
I like the concept of where the stones come from. You want to talk about that?
I was absolutely headed that direction.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wanted to come up with something that I had never heard before. There's always been like objects of power and stuff, but I was like, I want to come up with my own flavor of that. And so back at the dawn of time when Lucifer was getting kicked out of heaven, him and Michael were locked into battle. You can see it there on the first page right there.
Yeah.
Him and Michael were locked into battle. Michael cut off Lucifer's wings, casting him out of hell. His wings then floated through space and time, and eventually rotted, decayed, and fossilized. Those fossilized remnants fell to earth and became the Hellstones.
Oh, I like that.
Since they were
That's really
imbued
cool.
with angelic power, they retained that power.
Oh. And does each stone do something different? Is that like the...
Absolutely. That's the core concept there of how their powers and abilities work. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Now, since these stones come from a demonic source, does that mean that whoever these stones touch, does that make them evil, or is it depending on who the person is, what they do with it, or
how do I answer that?
And you don't have to say anything.
Let's just say
don't give anything away.
Guns and knives aren't inherently bad.
Correct.
Okay,
but
gotcha.
They have the ability to be.
Mm-hmm. So this main character, Sam, has one of these stones, a part of her. Do we know? Well, don't worry about it. So she's affected by one of the stones.
Yes, yeah. She is a keeper of one of the stones. Absolutely.
Yeah. It kind of reminds me of like several things. Like I was thinking, like obviously the Infinity Stones, obviously, but there's also like the, in real life, like the 13 crystal skulls that are on the planet. You know what I mean? There's like a Indiana Jones movie about that. There's also like I'm a huge Doctor Who fan. There's like back in the day, there's a whole season devoted to what do you call it? It was this time elements of time, and it basically the 6 elements and the 6 crystals that form a cube, and this cube controls the entire the universe, basically the harmony of the universe. And if it falls into the wrong hands, then that's bad news bears. You can't control the bad guys, can't control it. So they broke them all apart, these crystals, and the main, the Doctor goes around and tries to find them because the White Guardian asked him to, so he can save them and form them to the cube again for safekeeping. But it turns out that the White Guardian, there's also a Black Guardian, and he disguised himself as the White Guardian, and you asked the Doctor for the crystals. And it's like, wait a minute, and he didn't give it away. But it reminds me of all this stuff. It was like the same kind of like, not the same theme, but like similar.
Like a race to get all these.
Yeah, so it's
falling into the wrong hands.
So for an entire season, the White Guardian gave him this like kind of like a meter to like detect where each element was, kind of, where he can find it, and each element was disguised as something like a gigantic, like as a princess on this planet, or this rare mineral was another piece. They're all hidden, and another piece was like this gigantic Cthulhu-like creature, like sea monster, so he had to defeat that thing, and he was zapped.
Okay.
So it's kind of cool. They're all disguised and they're not obvious, and he had like
that's kind of neat. I like.
Oh, it was a cool season of But
that's what I like about this with the Lucifer's
Hellstones.
wing. It's just a great idea. Like it would fossilize and like it has power, so that makes sense, and I like that a lot.
Oh, my other question was, like the crystal skulls, if all the crystals are brought together, all the Hellstones are brought together, does something bad happen, or
no one knows?
Oh, until the very end, possibly.
Oh, okay.
Okay, we'll have to read the books.
Is the book is it standard comic book size, like the normal 20, 30 pages or so?
Yeah. Every book moving forward, because this is just the prologue, so it is short. With a few bonus pages added in and stuff, I want to say it's 12 pages, so it's half size. But every book moving forward is between 22 and 25 pages.
Okay. Yeah, no, it seems like a great idea, and like the fact that you have it already plotted out, that's awesome. Like you know where it's going.
That's awesome.
And
that's half the battle.
That is half the battle. Jeez,
right.
And did you leave yourself wiggle room in case something else cool pops up in the?
Absolutely.
Yeah, nice.
There's I don't have any. I can't say whether or not I'll continue beyond this. I know I'm going to put this out because this is the story that I've been itching to tell.
Yeah.
But the way this is set up, that the Hellstones have been around since the dawn of time, even if there's not room to go forward with the story, there's all the history behind us.
Yeah.
And those could make for really fun stories as well.
And with 12 issues too, you could, like after you have 3 in the can, you can make a trade.
There you go.
Every 3 issues you have a trade. That's what I'm doing with my Mighty Mascots book.
Yeah,
it's 3 issues makes a perfect, $12.99 trade paperback, or even a $10 one if you can get, the pages and a little cheaper printing, I guess.
Yeah, but, that's definitely.
Look at George Lucas. How many times has he rebranded his Star Wars movies? Like here's the first 3. Here's the next 3. Here's all 6. Here's the next 3. Here's all 12. Whatever.
Right. 9. It's great. I was going to ask you if you have any other projects, but it sounds like this one might be taking your time for the.
Yeah, this is it for the foreseeable future. I am all in. Nice. All in. If someone that I have a good relationship were to hit me up and be like, "Hey, I'm in a bind. Can you do this?" Sure, of course.
Right. You try to work it in. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, it's all about maintaining those relationships and stuff like that. So
yeah, that's awesome, dude. And
do you find that you're in a busy time of year right now too, or like everybody else is? Are you busy this time of year? Or?
Yeah, typically for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's like the winters are dead, but as soon as like spring hits, things start to amp up slowly.
Which makes no sense because everyone like wants to enjoy the summertime. You'd think that it's like it'd be like a lull, but
Well, I think a lot of it might be too like people are on summer breaks from like colleges and things like that. Maybe they're things like that.
The convention circuit starts to really ramp up.
That too,
well.
Yeah.
So
you want to have a book for the convention time and stuff,
right.
And especially Kickstarters and crowdfunders, they really start amping up this month into about October, I would say, is like usually when we get the highest requests to be on, to have guests and stuff. So
yeah, I was really apprehensive about launching at the end of June and then running all the way through the end of July.
I think you picked the perfect time though.
I was apprehensive because I was like, it's summertime. People are going to be spending their money on traveling. They're not going to be online as much or whatever. But I was like, it's kind of now or never. Like I'm ready.
Yeah, right.
So let's just go.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, it's like you said, you're already over it. So that's great, So any more you make is gravy, which is nice, nice position to be in, And then when do you plan on starting number 2? Is that later this year or is that like...
So this is book 0. So I'm
this is book 0. Okay, so the next one would be 1.
So yeah, okay. I'm storyboarding 1 right now.
Oh, okay.
Right now,
nice.
Yeah.
When do you think you'll fulfill this 0 campaign?
Oh, everyone will have copies in hand come September.
Wow. Okay,
yeah,
that's
absolutely. Great. It's 100% done. I'm not waiting on anything.
That's awesome.
It's ready to rock. I've already had proofs come in and they've been approved. So it's just a matter of how many people are going to want copies. So I know how many to order.
Yeah, I love that, dude.
That's kind of it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I'm a consumer myself on the other end of things. So I understand what it's like to have to wait around or whatever.
Yeah, right.
And that's why I really, with this entire series, I want to be able to have the product done first.
Yeah.
And then campaign for it.
Yeah, that's smart.
Rather than asking people for their money and patience, and then
exactly, or having it like a good, it's along a good, like halfway done or something. Where
yeah.
I usually never will start a campaign unless I can show the first 3 complete pages with lettering, coloring, and
sure,
all that. And if I can't do that, I won't even put the the pre-launch page up.
Yeah, it's a little harder to do because it puts a lot more of the burden on you.
Of course,
load on you, but I think it just makes for a better experience all around.
I think so too. And if you do show in the campaign that you have finished pages, I think people are a little more confident with you. They think like, okay, he's committed. He footed the bill for the first few pages, that kind of thing.
Right.
So.
Yeah,
it's just like one of those things, one of those games you play,
yeah, for sure. That's why I thought it was important for me to do a prologue, to do a book 0. Is nobody knows me. Let's be honest.
Yeah, right.
nobody knows me. So if I went all in on book one, that's going to cost me thousands out of pocket.
Right.
And if you don't know me, you don't trust in the product, you haven't seen the product that I can put out.
Yeah.
Then what's the chances of that taking off? What,
right.
How in the hole am I going to be?
Well, it goes back to what I was saying to the last guest with just indie, like, or the first guest, I'm saying, like, people, if you put out a book or two, people have more, every book you put out, they gain more confidence in you as a creator, because they know you're not just going to be a one and done guy. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many people that do one book and you never see them again. And like, you know, I get it. Making comics isn't easy. It's, you know, it's one of those things you gotta, you know,
labor of love for sure.
Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely, man. And I'm trying to be like you, where I'm trying to get more out a year. Before, like last year, I only got like one book out. Like, I'm trying to get like 2 or 3 every year now, just because so many ideas I want to get out there. And it's like, you know.
Yeah, I would really love to get to that point where I can reliably put out 2 a year.
Yeah, but that's a good goal to have. Yeah,
I get why people. It's hard to do. It's hard. It's a lot of work.
It is.
That's why I wanted to try and front load with having everything done like script wise.
Yeah.
That way, all I got to do is storyboard, send out for line art, and then the rest is on me. You know,
absolutely.
Do the coloring, do the lettering, do the editing, whatever.
Yeah.
So,
is your son Mason creative too, or?
Yeah, absolutely. He's more into like creative writing and storytelling right now. He's kind of whatever when it comes to like his art classes and stuff, but he definitely has like a little bit of a talent there.
That's cool.
But at the same time, it's something his dad does, so it's probably not cool, right?
Well, I was going to say maybe down the road you guys can collaborate. Who knows?
Yeah, that's true. I know a lot of like artists that have their kids that do art too, and you know, sometimes it carries over. Depends on how, you know, how cool they think you are. Yeah, I guess. Awesome, Frank. Well, is there anywhere on social media or like where can we direct people to check you out besides the Kickstarter?
Yeah, I mean, besides the Kickstarter, pigmacast.com. That's got not only all of my social links, but it's got my portfolio. It's got projects that I've worked on. It has links to some YouTube tutorials that I've done. I live stream on occasion on YouTube and, you know, put out color tutorials, talk about color rendering. I try not to gatekeep. I try to share knowledge for anyone that's interested in color rendering. Man. So
same here. Like I try to share, you know, like I have a whole playlist on the channel on just how to sell at conventions and my experiences and things like that. So definitely, I always try to share any info that I have that people might want, you know. So
fantastic. I love hearing it. You know, so many people feel like it's like feast or famine, and it's like it's really, or
you're fighting like this. Everyone's fighting to get that one contract, you know.
It's like come on, guys, it's not really like that. Share the love, teach the next generation how to do this stuff.
Well, I was going to say, speaking of teaching, I mean, with your knowledge of coloring, I mean, you could probably teach a class, maybe, or something. You know, I mean, you're doing that anyway on YouTube.
Yeah, for sure. I go out of my way to actually mentor people. A lot of time it happens privately because people are shy. But I had such a hard time just learning it on my own. I didn't have any mentors or friends in the art community that were doing what I was wanting to do. So when I have the opportunity to help somebody out, you know, or they're asking questions on a forum or something, I'll reach out to them privately and be like, hey, do you want to talk? You know, if you have any subjects that you want me to bring up on a live stream, I'm happy to address it there, or we can do some one-on-ones private.
Oh, that's awesome.
Or whatever.
That's like really generous, dude, of your time. That's great.
Well, you know, it was told to me once that one of the most valuable things you can give somebody is your time. And I believe in that. And I believe feedback is a gift, and building people up is a good thing.
That's really cool. That reminds me. What about? I think I saw earlier Project Harmony. What was that? What was the work you did with that? Speaking of helping others.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. So Project Harmony is a company that's here in Omaha, Nebraska, but they help families and children that have trauma and abuse.
Mm-hmm.
And
cool.
When I was doing Mason's Marvelous Mind, every copy we sold, we donated a copy to Project Harmony. That way they can give those to kids that are going through therapy or whatever. A lot of the time it's hard to talk about trauma, hard to talk about things in therapy. So they'll give the kids, games or coloring books to kind of do while they talk to kind of help distract their mind. And I'm happy to say we ended up donating way more than the Kickstarter even got. We ended up having a lot of independent donations come through after the Kickstarter. And we ended up donating almost $1,000 worth of copies. So if when you go to print, that buys quite a few books.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Wow, that's great, dude.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
No, it's really cool that you did that. That's very cool.
Yeah, I love that. It's very commendable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, thanks.
But yeah, Frank, thank you for coming on the show and sharing all this stuff with us. And
yeah, thanks for having me. Like I just said, one of the most valuable things someone can give you is their time. So thank you very much for yours, and thanks for having me on and giving me a spot to talk about this stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to come back when you got number 1 or 2 ready to go. Every few months. Come up, give us an update.
Yeah, absolutely. Count me in.
Yep.
Awesome. All right. Well, Frank, have a great night. And anybody watching tomorrow, the link for Frank's Kickstarter is in the description of the video. Check it out. He's already hit this goal. He's committed. He's got already all the 12 issues written out, ready to go. So back him up. It sounds like a great project. So, all right, Frank, thank you for joining us, man.
Nice meeting you.
Yeah, nice to meet you, and have a great night, man.
Yeah,
you too.
Yep.
All right, talk to you later.
Good night.
Awesome, man.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, it's great. It's
another full night.
Huh?
I feel that I lost like 5 pounds. Like it's like sweating down here in my basement. But
is it really? Well, you don't have any.
No, I didn't want to make. I didn't have. Yeah, I have a central air, but I didn't want it blowing all night and like making noise. So
yeah.
But yeah.
Did you get a chance to get out and see Superman this week?
No, I wanted to go, but I had to babysit for Lucy on Saturday because she there's a old fashioned movie theater in Wilton that was showing The Matrix.
Yeah, I know that theater.
Yeah, it's like
about that theater.
It's like a historic
older movies, and it's for free kind of.
Yeah,
thing.
so she went with her husband and their oldest son, Eli, to go see it. So I had to babysit her other 2 kids, which is fine because she helped me out with my commercial. So that was is even trade. So
that came out good though. He did a good job.
He did, yeah. So Eli, thank you, Lucy.
Yeah,
thank you for helping me. It came out really good, better than I thought, than I imagined it. I mean, I had the. I mean, Eli has a good eye for angles and things too, so he can see some of that too. But then I kind of showed him the old comedy tricks, like looking up at this tall person.
Yeah, right. It really worked.
Her perspective looking. No, yeah. So I had her. She's about my height. Yeah, she's about my height, like 5'6", or a little bit taller than me. But she was wearing high heels, and I'm like, let's go way over, overboard. So I had to stand
that makes it funny. Yeah,
stepping stool, stuff like that. It's kind of cool. But the first time
the comedy movies where you just see the hand, like in Shallow Hal or something, where it's like the person's so large, and it's just like from like the midsection down. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, exactly. Or even like the old Get Smart
Tom and Jerry,
like
where
tiny.
It's just like the. Yeah.
Yeah, ma'am. Oh, not ma'am. Their owner of their name.
Yeah, the
Thomas.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it reminds me of.
Or like I was thinking like Get Smart, remember like a Tiny comes in, you never see his top of his head. You just see like chest up or down, I guess. Yeah.
Good stuff.
But I was thinking after we were finished recording that, I'm like, it would have been funnier too if there was like a giant shadow cast over me as I was like looking up, just to add to it. But it's good enough. Whatever. Yeah, I'll find out. I'll find out what happens on probably this Wednesday, so I'll let you know. But if they
let me
if they call me back,
that'll be something to tease for the next episode. We can bring it up.
Yeah, if it happens. Yeah, if it happens.
Yeah.
So hopefully
we'll get the results if you made it or not. But Amy said earlier in the chat that it was a pretty good demo reel. Most people don't go that far to even make like something like that. So
Oh yeah, so the person wrote back. She said, "Oh, great job on that, and great supporting cast." So at least they noticed that some effort went into it. So
Yeah, no,
that's
it's
cool.
good. Yeah, that's all they
Yeah,
look. That's all they want,
Yeah.
I was gonna just say a quick review of Superman. I thought it was pretty good. I went with Johnny.
Oh right.
If he was still here, we
Yeah.
probably would have talked about it. I thought it was pretty good. It depends what your mileage is with James Gunn. Like, if you like his Guardians of the Galaxy movies, this is basically he's basically took that sensibility and brought it to like Superman. So it's probably
So you're saying it's more Marvel.
It's more, yeah, I would say it's more Marvel style. Like it's very comic book based, but it's also jam packed with a lot of stuff, which I could have used a little less of that. So it's not perfect, but there's a lot of James Gunnisms in it too. Like, so depending on your mileage with him, that might be how if you like the movie. Like, there's definitely like the Guardians movie. There's a lot of music stuff or music talk, and then like he even replicates certain scenes. Like there's this ain't gonna spoil too much, but Mr. Terrific is in the movie, which is a cool DC character, and he has these things called the T-spheres that hover around him. It's like these spheres he created that do all these crazy stuff. And it basically there's a scene where they're just going nuts and hitting all these people, and it just reminded me of that scene in Guardians, I think 2,
right,
with Yondo with the arrow, and it's
Yondo,
just shooting through all the guards. It was like the same scene, basically.
I hate
it's
that. I hate when they reuse
to a
ideas.
song. Yeah, it's like to a song too. I mean, it was exactly like that scene. But I guess like
I heard that
if you like James Gunn, it won't bother you. But to me, it's like, all right, I've seen that before, kind of thing,
So I heard two things. It has like an element of like humor in it, like like most.
It does, and it's mostly for other people, not Superman. Although Superman does have a couple of jokes, but I'd say the strongest thing about the movie is the cast. Like, he's a good Superman, David Corenswet.
Oh, okay.
Kind of played it not like, like Brandon Routh played it like Christopher Reeve. Like, Corenswet kind of didn't play it like Christopher Reeve, but I liked what he did with it. Like, it was different from all the other takes I've seen. And I thought Rachel Brosnahan was great as Lois too. Like, I was worried about her. I thought they were going to do too much with her. Like, like all of a sudden she's like doing everything, like, and they didn't. They played her just right. And and their love affair came through on the movie, which was good.
Did you notice the Richard Christie parents?
Oh my God. I couldn't even take those scenes seriously. As soon as Pruitt Taylor Vance started going, hey, I was like, oh my God.
Hey, Richard.
I even saw reviews where people like, what the hell was up with the Kansas accents? He's like, they sounded like, like they were from Alabama or something. And I was like, that is hilarious. So that's like a Howard Stern reference, basically.
Yeah.
You'll crack up when you see it.
Yeah,
it's really
probably
funny.
all I could hear. Probably if I see
it almost like takes away from the scene because if you know what it is, But Nicholas Hoult was great as Lex Luthor. Everyone was cast perfectly.
Well, he tried out to be Superman originally, but they recasted him as Lex. I heard.
I think that's a smart move because I couldn't see him as Superman.
Yeah,
he's better Lex. Like, did a great job. And what else? Everyone else. Nathan Fillion was great as Guy Gardner. I don't know the actor who played Mr. Terrific. He was awesome.
Yeah.
And then there was the actor that played Metamorpho, which was really cool. So they definitely established a good beginning point for this new DC universe.
And I also heard
like it might end up going like the MCU if they keep making movies this way and not, you know what I mean? Where everything's overstuffed and like, They also changed a core thing about Jor-El and Lara El, which was some people were really pissed off about. But I thought it really helped cement the theme of the movie and the storyline, which I won't go into anything like that, what it's about, but
yeah, and I haven't seen it
that
yet
was
either.
great.
So, but I heard too that they address how people don't recognize Clark as being Superman.
Little bit, yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
And the kid who played Jimmy Olsen is great too. He was on. He was, if you ever watched The Righteous Gemstones, he was Danny McBride's son on that show.
No.
But they played Jimmy Olsen correctly. The other thing that's great, the whole Daily Planet staff is exactly from like the Jeff Johns run of comics, where they have Jimmy Olsen, they have Steve Lombard, the sports guy, and they had Cat Grant as the the gossipy journalist, and she's got like the cleavage and everything. And I was like, this is perfect.
That's important.
Yeah. Well, it was. And they Lex even had like a Mrs. Tessmacher
right.
type.
Yeah.
And Otis too. He had an Otis in the movie.
Cool.
There's a guy called Otis in it. All that stuff was cool. And it had like one small part of his plot was very similar to the Gene Hackman stuff from Superman 1 and 2. So yeah, overall, I was pretty happy with it. And
what grade would you give it if you had to give it a grade?
I'd probably give it a solid 6 out of 10, maybe 6.5, something like that. Like I said, it's not perfect, but it's enjoyable.
Yeah,
what about entertaining?
What did Christopher Reeve's real life son? Was he?
Yeah, I noticed his cameo right away. He's a reporter in one of the scenes.
But at the Daily Planet or different?
No, it was like that scene in the trailer where they show the giant monster. He was.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He was one of the reporters covering that.
Oh, okay. That's cool. That's
like
cool that he's in it.
He was like a television guy, like a television reporter.
He was an actor. He'd be perfect for.
Oh
Superman.
God, yeah.
I mean,
you look at him and you're like, holy shit.
He is his dad. Just like John Ritter's son. It looks like exactly like him.
Yeah, exactly. And I like that they embraced all the comic booky stuff, like Crypto. Crypto, normally wouldn't work in a movie. Yeah, but the way they set this universe up, it totally works, So yeah, I'm curious to see where it goes. The credit scenes after the post credit scenes are terrible, not worth waiting for.
Oh, okay. So there is something.
But if you, I know when people tell me that, I still wait. So so you might not.
Did you guys see it around here in the movie, or?
Yeah, actually, we went to the IMAX up in Reading.
Oh, okay. I want to see it at O'Neill's in Littleton. I don't know if you've been there.
Yeah, we were gonna go there, but everything's assigned seating.
Oh yeah, okay.
And so when we were looking for tickets, because we were trying to buy them the night before, all the really good seats were gone.
Yeah.
But the IMAX in Reading doesn't do assigned seats, so it's more if you show up earlier, you can get a better seat. And that's what we did. So we got a pretty good seat.
I mean, I would go over here to Leominster, but I haven't had my tetanus shot yet, so I don't want to sit in those chairs. I want to sit in those chairs.
Yeah, those are on a weird angle too. Right. And then, like last time I went there, it was just like, oh my God, people just talking and the phones are out. And it's so annoying to go to the movies now.
Yeah.
And I love going to the movies, but
I haven't been since
annoying.
Before COVID, so I have to.
Oh God, it's been that long.
Yeah, it's been that long. Yeah, so I have to.
Shit. Wow.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, right. Anything else to promote before we wrap things up, or?
No, just that commercial, and then the other thing, that job that I was telling you, I could be going to Boston Comic Con as.
Yeah, you're right. You said you might be doing some brand ambassadorship.
Yeah, as a brand ambassador. There's some guy. I don't know if I should mention the company, but in case I don't.
Just keep it vague until you get the.
There's some person I met through a legitimate work site, or some work finding site, whatever, and he wants somebody to be represent his company at Boston Comic Con. So I would be there for all 3-4 days. I think Thursday he'd want me to help him set up, and then be there for the shows Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
If you do it, it'll be a nice experience to see.
Oh
how we feel at a table at a show all weekend.
I mean, yeah, he's paying us. He's like, I just don't want you to be there for hours and like have your feet be sore from standing on the concrete all day and like complain. Like, well, I mean, I'm familiar with that convention, you know, and I know I know my feet kill from walking around.
If they have concrete floors, there's another tip. Buy those. They sell them at
Dr. Scholl's or
they're called fatigue mats for kids.
Mm-hmm.
I bring those all the time when I know there's a concrete floor.
Yeah.
And
another helpful tip.
They're called. You can get them at like Ocean State Job Lot. They're really $20 will get you 4 of them, and they all interconnect.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a padding that you can put behind your table to stand on. They really do help with the fatigue, because if you're on your feet all day, because when I sell, I like to stand up.
Yeah.
So I always make sure I get those. And especially with Terrificon, it's like one of the shows that kills me with my feet, because that's all concrete, you know. So
I wish it wasn't the same weekend as Terrificon, because then I would have you guys.
I still think that was a boneheaded move, because both shows are going to suffer for it. I think they're both going to be well attended, but I think like vendors now have to choose. So most vendors in this area probably do both, and they can only do one now, you know, and they have to choose which one that they want to do.
Yeah,
you know, so it kind of sucks.
Yeah,
but before we go, I just want to shout out to everybody to check out Kid Switch issues 1 and 2, which I just put the pre-launch page up a couple weeks ago. This is moving along pretty good. Issue 1 is basically completed. I'm just gonna re-letter it, because it's a book that I've had for over 10 years. I just don't have it in print anymore, so I'm gonna re-letter it.
It looks really
What's
cool.
that?
The artwork.
Thanks, man. Yeah,
the artwork looks amazing.
Yeah, so these are pinups, these two. This one was by Frankie B. Washington, who helped create the Mighty Mascots with me. And this is actually the first work he did for me, was this pinup, which is kind of awesome. And this one is by John Mills, who is going to be the artist for Kid Switch number 2. But he's just got so much going on that we both agreed that I would just get a different artist for number 2. And this is at Gazbot, who did the entire cover and interiors for issue 1. And he's a kid I went to Kubert school with that I've kept in touch over the years.
Oh, cool.
And he's coming back to do a variant cover for issue 2 at some point.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just a book that I always loved, teen superheroes. So this one, I've been saying it's like Ben 10 meets Sliders, the TV show Sliders. If you ever watch that with multiple dimensions. What's that?
Yeah.
I always loved their concept of the multiverse, which was where it was just like it was the same. It was Earth, same time, just different dimension. I always loved that aspect. So they would go into these different dimensions, but it would still be the same year and same time, I think, for most of them. But it's how these Earths. Did you ever watch it? You've watched that, right?
I've heard of it. I never really. I mean, I'm familiar.
Oh, you never really watched it? Okay, yeah. It was one of those shows where it's these 4 people that got sucked into this, this alternate dimension, and they were trying to find their way home. So they would go to, I remember one episode was an Earth that was still in the prehistoric age. It never evolved beyond, the asteroid never hit the Earth, so that dinosaurs still ruled and all that stuff. And I remember that one was pretty cool. I remember there was one they went to where Hitler won, World War II, and the whole world was like fascist, and it's just stuff like that. And then they'd go to one world where nothing was different, but like the Golden Gate Bridge was yellow instead of red or something. It was like, and it was like interesting things like that. It was Jerry O'Connell and
I know he was Mr. Romain Stamos or whatever.
Yeah, basically Jerry O'Connell and the guy who played dwarf in Lord of the Rings. I'm blanking on his name. He was also in the Indiana Jones movies that played Sala. John Rhys Davis?
She's the dwarf.
Yeah, he played, Gimli.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he wore the what do you call it? The hat, whatever. I can't think of the hat.
Yeah. And he was short.
The fez.
Yeah, exactly. And he was was in Raiders a lot. He was in the Indiana Jones movies as Sala.
Yeah.
I think it's John Rhys Davies or something like that.
Yeah. I've walked by.
It was a good show. It was interesting. It was different, and that concept always stuck with me about the same Earths.
That must have been right after my secret identity, right? That show.
Yeah, it was. It was. It was probably mid '90s, like when X-Files was big. That's about when it came out. I think it was on for a couple of years, and then it moved to Sci-Fi Channel for a few years.
Okay.
And
yeah,
I think it was sort of popular. It had a following. So
I wonder what I was watching during that time.
I was trying to come up with a modern equivalent, but I feel like if I say like the multiverse, it's not really the same as the way Sliders was.
Alternate universe.
Yeah, alternate dimensions. I don't know. So I don't know. I kind of, that's what I've been billing it as. So if you like that, you'll enjoy this. It's like a very fun superhero stuff. And like I said, I always love the teen characters that have to learn how to become superheroes and, or have to rise up to the challenge, when this danger comes into their lives or whatever, so.
Yeah.
So if it's fun, if you guys sign up for it, it'd be great. Just so once I get the numbers up, then I'll probably go live with it. So should check that out. Not much. And the only other thing coming up is Plastic City in about a month, almost a month, right? About a month and a week, I think.
Yep, I'll be there.
So that's right around the corner. I got to wrap up the final tables and get the map finished so that I can put that up on the website for everybody. But this year's going to be great. I think we had a lot of great guests, so
that's cool.
It's going to be fun. Yep. So,
are the wrestlers going to be in full outfits or wrestling gear? Or
I don't know. Maybe
that'd be cool.
It'd be smart. It'd be fun if they did, but I don't know if they will.
If there was like a ring there where they demonstrate their thing, that'd be kind of cool. But I'm sure it's
maybe.
Right.
But I guess that Alicia and Eddie Edwards are getting bigger. Like the guy at Lucky Pro Wrestling was telling me that they're going to get their own action figures soon.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And they might be out by the time Plastic City comes around. So
that's cool.
I'm hoping they bring in some wrestling fans that'll be hungry to meet them. And we got a great comic guest with Philip Kennedy Johnson. So I'm excited to get. And then Dan Larson from the Secret Galaxy YouTube channel. I think he'll bring a whole set of fans because that channel's huge. So I think it's gonna be fun. So looking forward to this year. So
it'd be cool. I'll be there. I'll be in attendance. So
nice. Maybe you can get some footage of the show. Like that's the one thing I feel like I never have time for. Is like
maybe I'll get Lucy and her son to come and videotape.
Yeah. Maybe get him to film some stuff.
Because after he did this commercial over the weekend, it's like, can we do more? I'm like, hopefully we can do more.
Yeah, dude, bring it. Let's get it. Let's get some stuff on. I'd love to have the show, have some footage of the show for future commercials and things like that. So
I'm sure he'd love to.
Feel free.
I'll ask him, see, because I'm sure he wants to do more, short films and things. So I mean, it's cool that
that'd be great.
Yeah,
like you just walk around, maybe do highlight quick, some of the vendors, or just walk around and get a feel for the whole scope of the show.
That'd be cool. Yeah,
that'd be really cool. And cool. And waiting to we might have an exclusive variant for the show too. From I think it's going to be the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder one shot. So we might have our own cover.
Oh, cool.
So that'd be cool.
Who's doing that?
I think it might be the guys that are going to set up at the show. They've been on here before, Scott and Ken. They're Angry Dad Comics.
Okay.
I think they're doing the variant cover, if I'm not mistaken. I'm waiting for the image so I can have Amy make a little video to advertise it. But you can only get it at Plastic City. It's going to be a Plastic City exclusive. So plus it's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It probably sell pretty good. So
right, I'm sure
it'll be the only made for our show, which would be awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know how many they'll make, but maybe 250 or something. So it'd be a low number, you know, one of those collectibles, I guess, you know?
Yeah. It's cool.
Awesome. All right, man. Well, I'm ready to go to bed. So I'm ready to wrap this thing up.
Yeah. Have to be up early too. So
yeah, definitely. And Johnny's already out the door.
Yeah.
But yeah, everybody, thanks for checking out the show. As always, we love having you here. We love having you comment in the audience. We really appreciate that. Like, subscribe if you haven't yet, especially on YouTube, where we're trying to build our numbers up so we can start getting monetized and all that fun stuff. So check that out. And most importantly, everybody, read some comics. All right. Well, have a great week. We'll be back in 2 weeks, and we'll talk to you later.
Sounds good.
Hey, everybody.
Have a good night.